All right.
Hoist the anchor, Mr. Kleeck.
You think he's strong? You know,
No, go ahead.
He could probably push a capstan.
Yeah, I would say probably.
So,
although then again, those are also designed to be multiple people, so maybe you give him a little help.
where we left off last week, our intrepid explorers went on a heist run through Anslerum, hitting several stores and not getting caught at all, and making out like bandits into the night with a large selection of goods. They then headed out, got on a boat at the docks, and met a new accompaniment to their merry band, Lucy Coventry, and boarded her vessel, was it the Coventress? And rode several days, beginning to rain as they sailed along back to Nueva Ecija Luzon, where they get off the boat, hop onto the pier. They're informed that their ship is paid for their mooring for a while, and they head to the familiar faces of the Sweetwater Inn, and take rooms for several days. And that's where we leave off, as Cayman was saying. He was sitting upstairs making plans on his own, and Lucy and Brightleaf and Rhea and Eglor all showed up and decided they were going to also make plans. I think Yoga's either dozing or just in the room. Kleeck is off in the distance, flying. I think he was laying traps. So we'll get to that shortly. And then Leon is still at the bar, drinking and chatting with the barmaid, whose name I still do not recall. I remembered it the other night in the week between last session and this, but I've lost it since then.
You don't write these down?
Not all the time. Most of the time.
Apple bottom?
No, Applewood is Rhea's last name. It's the Sweetwater Inn. She said before that she named it after the pier that the Sweetwater Ferry comes to in the Sweetwater Ferry Terminal, because it attracts customers. So, but they're not affiliated.
So as you described, it is not a new day. It is still like at the nighttime.
Yeah, it's still nighttime. Those will be your div rolls for tomorrow. Because I'm assuming that you were planning to do a long rest and head out in the morning to the Luzon Mausoleum. As you recall, I'll just bring this up to you, some of the stuff that you were figured out as you were setting your plans the night before. I remember Eglor was using his minor image spell to make a map as described by the recollections of Lucy, who I believe rolled a nat 20 on it to get an over, I think it was like a 22 total. So with that, and having been to this location in the past, you were able to recall a very very detailed and clear map with a pretty good remembrance of the trail that you believe heads into the swamp, into the location, and so you were setting plans to go there the next day. That is what I recall. If there was there anything else that I missed?
It was Eglor that got the 22. It was Lucy got a 19, and then Eglor, on top of that, like layered his memory of the landscape and the map.
Yeah, Kleeck isn't here, so he can't help with that. But yeah, okay, cool. That totally that still works. It's it beats the DC. So I will leave it to you, party. What would you like to do? You're here making plans. I'm two of the people, but I'm just gonna sit back as you.
Well, the way I see it, these guys were out in the early morning hours, so to catch them, we're gonna have to be up before they are, get out there before they do, and catch them doing whatever the fuck they're doing. So it's gonna be a very, very early morning for everybody.
Oh, you mean the robe guys?
Yeah.
I mean, are you sure they weren't just, moving? Like from place to place?
Well, if they were moving from place to place,
You'd think it'd be better to
No.
move at night.
well, it might require something during the day.
And Brightleaf leans over and says, the zombies attacked at night. I mean, yeah, but...
They can't move during the day because the dead are indiscriminate about who they attacked. Is that what you're implying?
Well, we didn't see zombies
So-
in the day.
So they're not loyal to whoever's causing the problem.
Or they were,
That
and they
gives us-
attacked us because they don't want people, visiting what they're doing. I mean, if you were, doing stuff with dead stuff, would you want people coming in and seeing it?
Right. But they were actively moving further in the morning. Something kept them from going in during the night. I think they have to do this in the daylight. Besides, even if it was at night, these eyes can see very clearly in the dark. It would be more of an advantage for us if they were operating at night.
Brightleaf nods at that.
We'll go on the assumption that they have to operate during the daylight hours. Lucy, you're pretty good in a stand-up fight, right?
I can be, yes.
Alright, you're gonna have to take point in most of the combat. I can do a little stand-up fighting if I have to, but I am far more useful when I'm doing what I do.
So you're useless. Got it.
Damn, she's vicious.
You'll see. We got here awfully quick, didn't we?
Thanks to my boat.
Your boat, we'd still be out on the lake. Probably be just arriving. There was more to our travel than your boat.
And there's other captains.
Not with my skill set.
Calling
Leave it
you
at that.
out. It's
Does,
it's a
is
pissing
that
match,
what you-
ladies and gentlemen.
So what he really believes.
You'll get to see just what I'm made of tomorrow. Rhea,
Yeah?
you're going to be operating alongside Lucy. Whatever she's trying to take down, you take it down with her. Brightleaf, obviously,
Hopscotch rules, got it.
yeah. Brightleaf, I want you to keep an eye out for anything that looks weaker. If you could pick the small guys off, that makes our job a lot easier.
Got it.
Eglor,
Yup.
I've been wanting to say this for so long.
What?
Whatever we see out there that causes any of us any trouble, anything that stands in our way, burn it.
Oh, you won't regret that.
Oh, I know. And some of you will recall, will repeat the ferry massacre.
You mean
You'll go-
when we killed everyone on the boat?
When we killed everything that stood against us, yeah. I'm gonna repeat what I did on that boat.
Did what now?
Oh,
Alright.
you weren't there. So you maybe would have seen though, Lucy, while you were waiting in port. If you walked along the docks at all in Antsarum, you probably would have seen the dry docked Sweetwater Ferry, which is a new steamship. That one of the two smokestacks atop it is being repaired after some extensive damage to it. I mean, you probably wouldn't have seen body bags that at that late date. It had been over a week at that point. But yeah,
No, they
you
would've-
maybe would
they
have
would've been
heard
hurled over.
you maybe would have heard rumors about a terrorist attack on one of Aunt Sarum's ferries, where hijackers came and tried to steer the boat to Eridu across the lake, and that would be the military capital. You know, it's where like a lot of the soldiers train and stay for the Swerin Kingdom, the one that Lucy is from. So that would be something that maybe you heard while you were waiting at the docks about this massacre on this ferry. So you might have maybe heard about that.
I'll assume Kleeck will know what he needs to do. Keep up in the air and just pick things off. Yoga, I'm honestly not sure everything he can do, but he has a giant shell on his back, so if he has to stand in front, I'll give him something to help out.
I can keep an eye on Yoga.
Good. Actually, since you're gonna keep an eye on Yoga, if you know where he is right now,
I think he went into the bedroom, and she points down the hall to the door at the end of the hall, having remembered
Alright.
seeing Yoga go into the bedroom there. Do you want me
Alright.
to go get him?
I want you to give him the scepter. I'm gonna hand over the scepter of Frost that I've had this entire time.
She, takes it gingerly and kind of like holds it and looks at it a little bit. I'll take it to him now, and heads down the hall. Let me grab the right tool.
Did she take the silent walking stick?
I planned for her to. We haven't done that interaction specifically, but those were the things that she would have wanted after looking at and knowing what they all do and hearing everyone else's dibs.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yoga, you'll hear a knock at the door.
Yoga is fast asleep, so unless she intrudes, I'm sleeping.
She'll peek in and see that you're asleep, and she'll kind of creep in, and I guess I'll roll a stealth check for that, even though it's probably not super relevant. It's slash in this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably enough that you won't hear it, plus the modifiers that I need to open up her document. They're on the case today. I got to get my sheets out for them too. We got us a Rhea, and we got us a Brightleaf.
Is this scepter something I'm gonna need to attune to?
Yes.
Yep. But it's like the cold version of Burning Hands.
Yeah. Shoots out a frost fingers, I think 3 times per day.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, if you ever happen to be in melee combat and need a spell that doesn't require an attack roll,
Yeah, no,
just whip the
that's
scepter out.
that's a dope time to use it. Also,
So I'm
Yoga.
sitting here thinking,
Yoga wanted to take the chilled gloves, correct?
did he?
I said it could have been a thing. I didn't say I necessarily needed it. It was more like I thought Yoga would use them well. It was actually the fact that I don't think you would have wanted it though.
Got
That's
it.
the idea.
No, I gotcha. Yeah, no, okay. So it's a +7 without the walking stick and a +8 with it. So I guess it's a 21 stealth that she would have rolled, sneaking in. But she's gonna put the frost scepter on the bed next to you, and then sneak back out. I'm not gonna do a slate. And she comes out. He was asleep. I left it with him.
All right. I guess I'll tell him about it when we all get up.
There should be time.
That's everything I've got.
One thing.
Yeah.
Do you think I could have... And then she kind of like points to the bag of holding that you're kind of carrying with you. There were 2 things in there I wanted.
What are they?
The walking stick and the pouch.
No. Yep. I'll just reach in there, think about walking stick. Pull it out. Think about pouch. Pull it out. There you go.
She kind of like bows to you as she takes them, which is a little more
Oh.
formal than you've seen her be. Thank you very much,
Don't,
Mr. Kamen.
don't do that. Don't,
Oh.
don't do that.
She kind of like
I'm not
smiles
in
and cocks her head. Okay.
Does anybody have any questions for me?
I think I have an errand to run.
All right. Does anybody have any additions to the plan?
So, I know you wanted to be a captain of the ship, but since when
Yeah.
did you start ordering everybody around?
Since they started asking for it.
Well,
I mean, not everyone listens to him. Like, Kleeck just flies away, but I'm GM.
Look, I've been doing this the whole time. That Golgotha prison break, that was me. I'm the reason that happened. The way here, I took charge. Everybody pitched in their skills. My skill just happens to be I served under the best damn pirate captain in the fucking world. So I know how to do this.
So what you're telling me is you're a wanted man that I can get money for.
I'd kill you before you had the chance.
You seem like an interesting, scruffy man.
You're gonna learn a whole lot more about me that you haven't seen yet. Those people that came after us on the ferry, that was a well-trained mercenary company.
Uh-huh.
Minus you, the few of us tore them to pieces.
It's so true. They were built to be hard, and you tore through them like they were wet paper. It was crazy. I'm sorry. It was crazy.
What did they tear through?
The
The
mercenary
Mercenaries.
company.
The session before you joined.
Ah, yeah.
You should watch.
Technically, I was there with like
You were
the
there
last
for it.
guy. I was the. I think everyone had pretty much died. I just kind of like, hey, there was a loud noise. Let me check it out. Oop,
Yeah, that was the
detonation.
first thing that you were clued into, was just a loud noise that reverberated. Anyways. Yeah. He killed everyone. They killed everyone.
I'll elaborate on my plan.
He didn't get all the kills.
No,
No,
but it was a team effort. All I'm saying is,
He did
Oh.
do a lot of disabling.
I didn't do much killing so much as I did ripping people open so they couldn't be killed.
where he moved, people went down.
I'll explain what I'm talking about. The massacre on the Sweetwater Ferry, a bunch of mercenaries came after us. I have this little ability, you see. I can snap my fingers, and everything around me is pitch black.
He totally can. Yeah, I've seen him do it a few times. He can also
I-
turn me invisible. Oh, was I
Yeah.
supposed to say that? But he can do it.
Yeah, I could do that to any of you.
And I can
But-
do this. And he makes a fake wall appear next to Rhea.
Oddly enough, incredibly useful at certain circumstances. The reason I tell you I can do this is because in any normal circumstance, that blackness cannot be seen through. I can see inside of it.
That seems pretty cool. But can you do this? I'm just gonna get up and just walk on the wall.
She's gonna do what?
Just gonna walk on the wall.
Oh shit. That's...
Interesting.
So you
Interesting.
see Lucy in her like regal clothes and like, you know, burnished kind of is the breastplate like visible or clothes over it?
Clothes over it.
Okay, so you just see, you know, her in this like her I'm guessing sort of like a military-ish like Renaissance-y, you know, noble outfit of some that in the picture, I guess. So yeah, you're just walking on the wall now. Just hey, what's up?
That's a nice trick. But can you do this? And Cayman, whose voice now matches Lucy's, will turn into Lucy.
Hey, there's two of you now. I mean, I think the one that's Cayman is the one that's on the ground, but it is pretty hard to tell.
Okay, so I'm gonna use Stone Rune.
Okay.
We're gonna use more Cayman.
Stone
So,
rune on
um,
Cayman. I have to bring it up real quick. No,
What are you
it,
doing,
it's
man?
Okay,
it's just been
I'm
getting
just saying,
bigger.
This is getting a little far.
Wait, I'm getting bigger? What's happening to
No,
me?
okay, so Stone
It's a
Rune.
contest between
You
the
have
two of you.
advantage on insight checks and dark vision of 120 feet. When a creature you
I
can
have?
see, no. This is Lucy activating Stone Rune. When a creature Lucy can see ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can use your reaction to force the creature to make a Wisdom saving throw. This would be a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw. Unless the save
Well,
succeeds, the creature is charmed by you for 1 minute. So you're rolling. You failed your wisdom save. You are charmed by Lucy for 1 minute. While charmed in this way, the creature, you, Cayman, has a speed of 0 and is incapacitated, descending into a dreamy stupor. The creature repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. So
Why?
every 6 seconds, you get to try and come out of it. But for at least 6 seconds, Lucy, you see the copy of yourself standing at the table next to the illusory map suddenly kind of go slack-jawed and eyes kind of foggy and dazed in the distance. And what object is that rune inscribed upon? Because the rune, the cloud rune, or sorry, the stone rune, will begin to. That was the stone rune, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it begins to glow with power as you call upon its strength, which, holy crap! Rhea sees the magic and sees the Marith, which isn't a Marith, go dumb.
No, go dumb.
Yeah, I mean, just a dreamy stupor. So you're incapacitated. So Lucy, anything you want to do in the first 6 seconds before he has to roll again?
So he's just basically kind of lumped over, like passed out kind of a thing.
He's standing, kind of just looks super out of it, but also looks like you. So that's something to remember, is that the Mask of Many Faces is still up. I don't know if he's the same height as you, so he would be within a foot of his normal height. So if you're significantly shorter than him by more than a foot, he would be a little bit taller than you in his illusory image self. But yeah, no matter what, looking right now. Roll another wisdom save as we wait to see what happens. Oh, and after a moment, you snap out of it, Cayman, and you feel like you just napped for 5 minutes, but the space of 6 seconds stretched on forever as you kind of just.
No. Oh, sorry, I must have fallen asleep. I guess I'm pretty tired.
I don't think it was that. She had a glowy thing and you went all dumb. It's kind of cool though. How'd you do that?
Can the runes be on say like a ring?
Yeah. It just says it has to be inscribed on an object on your person. It doesn't say what the object has to be.
Okay, that's gonna be on the signet ring.
Okay. So on your signet ring, you have the stone rune inscribed. Your other rune will have to be inscribed on a completely different object. One object cannot bear more than one rune.
It's gonna be on the breastplate.
Sick. That is cool. Okay. So yeah, your rune is exhausted now until you short or long rest.
Alright, that's a nice trick.
You're welcome.
Leon, you have come up into this strange situation where there are now 2 Lucys. Rhea is standing there looking a little confused and a little, curious. And Egglor, he might be cooking an egg right now and preparing to eat it.
And he's gonna motion it, he's gonna do the Y. Just motion with his arm, just.
Yeah, one was standing on the wall.
Is that the pyro from TF2?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the motif, definitely. I can't understand what you're saying there.
He's just gonna, like, he's gonna stick both his arms out at her and go, and he's gonna whoosh his arms back over them. And he's gonna quickly point back and forth between Lucy on the wall and Lucy on the floor and just.
Oh yeah, no. The one on the wall is the real one, I think, and the one that's a little taller, that's Cayman.
Well, how tall is Lucy?
Yeah, how tall is Lucy?
Hang on one sec.
I think it might be written down in
No.
description.
No, we don't.
Nope, it's not. There's no height.
You know what? This
She's
has
20,
right
but I don't know how tall she is.
Something I forgot to do.
At least I know that Cayman can't impersonate Kleeck.
Why
It
is Leon
3
talking
foot
like he
11.
is? Why is he doing the ha 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 stuff?
His character is wearing a plague mask that is associated with his class. So he wears a mask, and
I just assumed he was talking through it normally last.
oh no,
Yeah.
he would unlatch it and pull it forward so that his voice could be heard more clearly. It was a deliberate act to make himself better heard.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, at one point he actually just straight up removed his mask and was doing something. So, yeah.
Well, we'll say she's like 5 feet.
Yeah,
5
they're
feet?
perfectly. They
kinda
look
short.
they look exactly the same.
How tall's Cayman?
Height and everything. 5'7".
Oh yeah, so they're within a foot. So yeah, you would look the same height. You'd look the same they look the same. One's standing on the wall, unless you've come down, and one is standing at the table next to a map that you don't remember being there before.
I'm gonna point at Cayman on the floor and cock my head over to Lucy and just.
I'm gonna drop my mask in many faces. Look, Leon, you got the mask. We don't understand a word you're saying.
Yeah, seriously, I am having a really difficult time here, and you know, I've been able to read lips before and stuff, but this is difficult.
He's gonna undo one latch and just. The fuck is going on here? What happened?
Oh,
Demonstration of our abilities.
yeah, it was kind of a pacing contest.
Yeah, a little bit.
But we
And
made a
I'm-
plan for
I'm-
tomorrow, so that's kind of the most
And-
important thing.
And I'm gonna create one of my tentacles of the deep
Okay, let me drag it out.
right here.
You're just gonna like put it at the table? Are you gonna use it to play checkers and stuff? Like, what are we doing here?
No, I'm just putting it there.
All right.
I can also do this.
Did I put it in the NPC players? Nope. Not in
My
there.
That's-
favorite
that's-
NPC, the tentacle.
I mean,
Yeah, the tentacle.
honestly, it is one of the first NPCs. It really is. I have that in right before the generic convict. So, you know.
Nice.
So there's just kind of like a little splash of water as the tentacle just kind of snakes out from underneath and through actually the chair that's unoccupied there, and just kind of like looks like it takes a seat at the table, and just kind of like bends low, and it's like it looks like one of those cobras when they're having like the snake charmer sing to them. It's just kind of like swaying back and forth like it's looking at you, even though it doesn't have eyes because it's a tentacle. It drips spectral water that seems to splash on the floor and leave, a faint residue of real water, but not nearly as much as it looks like it's making. So it's kind of like a weird mixture of ghost and water. But it just kind of sits there and sways there for, how long is it? 10 minutes, a minute in total?
I believe it is 1 minute.
Okay, so you have 60 seconds of this thing just kind of sitting there. Just kind of like
I'm gonna
swaying.
move it.
Okay, you're gonna move it. I think it's to you. I think it's parented to you. If not, let me check its ownership.
Nope.
Damn.
That is disgust.
All right. Well, controlled by Cayman. Save settings. It should be available to you now.
All right,
for
it's
movement.
It's gonna stand next to. It's gonna move next to Lucy on the wall.
Okay.
So
I moved it. I don't know. I don't know if you can. You should be able to.
I can.
Okay.
So we've demonstrated our abilities. We all know what we each other can do. It's a good time to call it a night.
Man, now I really wish that she had been around when I was stealing stuff. You could have seen how good I am. I'm really good at stealing stuff. Here, I could do it right now if you want. You have anything you want stolen off you? I bet you won't notice until I tell you. I'm not kidding. Ask Eglor and Cayman.
That shiny dagger that I have on my belt here.
You want me to nick that off you?
Yeah, just casually nick it off me.
Alright. You'll know I took it when I hand it back to you.
Alright. I'm gonna watch her to try to catch her in the act. I don't think I'm gonna, though.
Unless he's also intently watching.
And we're not going to play this game right now.
It's gonna fucking disappear right off my belt.
It really is. She's gonna use those gloves and she's gonna like walk past you and you won't even notice, and then she'll like be like, "Hey, Cayman," and just like hand it to you. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, I'm gonna head to bed then.
Yep.
And
my tentacle goes away.
All right. Rhea goes to the king-size bed that she claimed for herself.
Yep. I go to my room. What the? Get the
Oh
fuck
no!
out.
So the two of you fight through the doorway. It looks like Cayman jumps on the bed and manages to push past. So now you two are having a standoff in the master bedroom. With that, however, for a moment, we are going to jump to Kleeck, who I believe is finished laying traps and is on his way back to the city. Anything else in particular that you wanted to do after laying your snares and doing your hunting for the night?
I was sleeping out in the woods.
Oh, you were sleeping out in the woods.
I set my traps.
Oh, you set your traps and went to sleep out there.
So that I would check them again in the morning, and then in the morning I was planning to spend however long I needed to basically dress and butcher the animals so I could separate hides and meat.
Okay, I'm assuming for the sake of you, you don't know what the party's doing or what they want or what their plans are at this point because you're out gone.
The entire time they're planning. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was just Kleeck's gonna wake up, do his thing, go back like, hey, I got fresh meat. And everyone's
okay, cool.
Nobody's gonna be there.
So if that's your plan. No, and that's totally fine. If that's your plan, then we will jump to you in the morning and we will finish up the night stuff. Yoga's already asleep.
Yep.
Rhea's gone to bed.
Yeah.
Brightleaf went to run an errand but is not being followed, so you'll find out the results of that at some point unless someone wants to go with her, but she's already gone. It looks like we will then go to Leon. I don't know if you want to do anything before bed. Eglor, we're going to force to go to bed because Tall Dude's not here right now. And then Cayman and Lucy, you're fighting over the bed, so I guess let's finish this. How do you want to do this?
I paid my room.
Sorry, but this is my room.
Nope, I paid my room.
Well, I paid for my ship, but you claim it's still yours, so you pay for this room, so I claim it as mine.
Nope. I was the first one to go upstairs and check the rooms out. I was the first one in this room. It's mine.
She's gonna go and just stand on top of the bed. Like, it is mine.
I'm just gonna turn over and go to sleep. Nope.
She's gonna kind of shove her foot, trying to like kick him off the bed.
I don't recommend. Stop kicking me.
It's my room.
Recuperate. I'm gonna speak. Actually, what is the Pearl of Powers command word?
We actually hadn't discussed that. You found it on them, so you don't know, I guess.
It requires attunement.
So you've attuned to it at this point, so you would know. Pick up a command word. It was carried by a cleric of order, is the provenance, though no one would know that because no one got the religion check. So it might be something order-y and command-y, a literal command word, but go ahead and pick, because I'm not going to tell you what it has to be. You just pick something cool.
It's your pearl of power. You pick.
It's your pearl of power. You tell me what it says when you need to use it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm fine with you just picking it. It one word, not a catchphrase or something like
Providence.
"to the moon." I don't know.
Providence.
Providence. All right. When you say Providence, spell slot recovered. And that is the word for anyone from now on. That was the word that Melora spoke to it lovingly anytime she needed it to give her a spell before her head was crushed. So yeah, all right, Providence, got it. It looks like you two are going to be curled in the same bed, tugging sheets away from each other, facing away from each other, trying to be as far away from each other in the bed as possible. Am I getting this right?
That's exactly how it's gonna be.
So you're just gonna fight over the king size bed. I mean, honestly, king size beds are large, so I don't think it's an issue. You totally, that's.
Nope. It's still happening. I demand, this is my room. Get out.
I'm here
It's
for
not
it.
happening. So now it's like, this is my blanket. No, it's my blanket. No, mine.
This is going to be an excellent motif to follow along with. So everyone, here we go. Here we go.
Long rest. Here we
Yes,
go.
everyone has a long rest, and we will jump to
close.
Kleeck now.
Mhm.
In the middle of the night, perhaps 3 hours later, if anyone is awake for any reason, you would see Brightleaf returning and going into the room that Yoga is sleeping in and going to bed. But I think everyone's in bed and asleep. Cayman and Lucy, you might be arguing over pillows or something. When that happens, you might be putting tape on the floor to divide the room in half or something. I don't. It sounds like a two crazy roommates situation. Like this could be a sitcom sort of thing. So, Netflix, get your order in. But yeah, no. So next morning we go to Kleeck, and as you wake up like an hour before dawn. Like you wake up in the morning twilight. You know what I mean? Like it's that beautiful pre-dawn haze. It's when you normally wake up. It's when you love to wake up. This is when you feel the most alive. And sitting out here on the edge of the forest, you can smell the molder and decay of the nearby swamp a little bit to your northeast. You can even see from your vantage point on a rather tall tree out here. As you peer south, you can see the edge of the forest as it starts to move into some grasslands and into the farmlands at the edge of the Nueva Cija Luzon city. And you go, I guess it's time to go check my traps. So you lift off and you start to head to each one. Let Kleeck do his thing, but after, I would like to be awake an hour before the party since I went to bed early. Also, during the night, Yoga, Tortle, it's still a light rain, actually, as it has been all night. It's gotten a little heavier. Maybe it's like a regular rain now. Yoga, one of your divination dreams that you have in the night, and this is the only one, and it's very, very strong and poignant. And at one point, and this you'll actually see Brightleaf in bed. This is the point that it happens, as she's already gotten back. But you awaken with a start because this dream is so vivid. But you're in that same fog from before in the woods, and you see the shapes, the humanoid shapes in the fog shambling and moving back and forth, and they don't seem to notice you. You don't have a body as such. This is more one of those vision things where you're kind of along for the ride. And there's a man there, sort of middling height, average in many ways, somewhat solid build, but he has a blindfold on as he just walks into the woods. He has a black cloak on, and the shapes seem to converge around him as he moves into the fog, and as they converge on him, the whole shape becomes somewhat amorphous, and in the darkness of the night sky, through the fog up above, you can see a large sword sort of hanging in the sky, and as you see, it starts to fracture, and pieces of the blade fall and seem to fall into the swamp around him. And then the pommel and handle and the upper part of the blade falls with a huge crash and into the swamp. And as the undergrowth blasts towards you from the force of the impact is when you awaken. That's your divinatory dream.
We can go ahead and do his thing, but thank you for that.
Yes. Likewise, sorry, because it's somewhat relevant.
You're fine.
Yeah, sorry. One sec. Leon, if you are doing any tarot readings, you will find that one of your washed arcana keeps coming up in the reverse position. And that would be the major arcana of the tower, indicating, if you know what that means, a horrible event in the near future.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, Kleeck, as you fly in the early morning twilight, the fog from the heat of the swamp rising and sort of billowing out into the countryside, you descend into the area that you think you've laid your traps, but it's a little difficult to make it out because the fog is somewhat expanding. The cold moisture of the rain mixing with the heat of the swamp, because there's things decaying here. There's lots of chemical breakdown, gases. Swamps are warm, right? So this place, the fog is coming out, and let's go ahead and do a survival check to find, just a general one, to find all of your stuff easily in this more difficult. I know that you know the like landscape and stuff from high above, and so I'll give you advantage on it. Despite that, it would be nothing before. Like you would just have a free. You get to them, but. Okay, so with the 20 you find them. You find it's not too difficult. You remember them. It's no big deal. So you check the first one. Nothing, oddly enough. You felt like you left that snare in a very good spot. The bait that you left is even still there, which indicates that there's either no wildlife in the area, or any wildlife that is either too stupid to figure out how to get it without getting caught, or too smart to realize that it could get, you know what I mean? So, strange. You head to the next one, similar results. The next one, you find a rabbit. And then as you check it, you find that the rabbit looks diseased, like the fish that you had caught earlier.
Man.
The next one yields a chipmunk, and it actually looks healthy and harvestable, so you take the chipmunk. Next one is empty. This one, the bait is gone. And then on the last one, as you kind of land, you see what looks like a person that has their leg caught in the snare, and they're kind of like lifted up. But it's a little strange because as you approach, you notice that this human-looking person, they're not wearing any clothes, and they look like they're kind of covered in like a weird greenish slime, blackish slimy sludge, and they look a little weirdly like saggy but inflated. It's kind of strange. And as you approach, actually, it kind of cocks its head up at you, and you see these kind of glossy, milky eyes and a face that is not a living person's face. You see one of the eyes is just kind of bulging and coming out of its face. The skin is starting to tear and sag. It seems like the corpse has been possibly waterlogged, but also just covered in this sludge, and it kind of reaches for you.
Okay.
It tries to kind of claw along the ground towards you, but can't make any purchase. You made this snare pretty solidly.
And is this? It's like hanging up in the air by its leg.
You made
Or-
these for small game, so its leg
Yeah,
is
yeah.
lifted up to the point where like its chest and face are on the ground, but like its its pelvic
Okay.
area is lifted up that high. So, like its feet are maybe like 4 feet up in the air.
Yeah, okay. The way you described it at first, I was like, when did I set one of those kinds of traps?
No.
Because this is just meant to be a small game snare,
Yeah,
the rabbit jumps through it, catches it by the neck, it dies.
exactly. No, this got something bigger.
It's got its foot stuck. That's about it. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna try to draw an arrow and kill it from a distance, because I'm assuming I recognize what this is from our previous encounter with them.
Yeah, actually, it looks remarkably similar to the ones that you dealt with. Now, you have this one closer and in better lighting and not in the chaos and struggle of a night fight in the middle of a swamp. This is at the edge of a forest, in a controlled environment, and you're within like 10 feet of it, and it can't get to you, and you're reasonably confident of that. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay. Also, after this is all done, I'm gonna have to go over a few things as for what I have in my inventory. Things like how much rope would I have used up, how much did I catch, etc., etc.
Yeah, no, definitely. With your perception check, you can tell that there is no one else around, and the fog thick around you, even through that, it deadens noise and kills sight, but you feel reasonably safe that you are alone with this creature in this moment, in this space.
Okay. Then, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna draw an arrow, try and put one through its head from a distance.
I mean, roll with advantage, it's restrained. It's prone, but like I'm not gonna have that count against you because it's basically restrained, and I think you should just kind of get the auto. So, but like it is what it is. So we're gonna see how tough it is as you shoot at it. All right, the 27 is definitely a hit. Roll damage. All right, so 14. The arrow pounds into its back because of the angle that it has at you. It kind of like jerked at the wrong moment. And it does a 27 hit. Yeah, it's like restrained, and yeah, so the arrow thuds into it and it goes and so it's still like alive. I don't want to abuse the term, but it is still moving. Will you knock another arrow and
let's do this again.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
go.
roll for this.
Go right ahead. Does a 27 hit? Okay, go roll damage again, man. All right, so I have to roll a Constitution save.
God,
And
plus
it's-
7 to damage. That's sick.
Oh my
It
goodness!
used to be
So-
a +5.
The arrow thuds into the creature that you can reasonably believe is a zombie, and it's and like you take a look at it, and it looks like it gave an exhalation of whatever air it had in its lungs, and as you kind of like tentatively step forward and reach to retrieve your arrows, it and is still up and moving. It looks
At that
ragged.
point-
It looks ragged, but it's reaching for you again.
I'm
Undead
stepping
fortitude,
back,
go
and I'm
brrr.
I'm just gonna. I have 100 more arrows. I'm leaving. I'm assuming this is my last trap. I'm just leaving. If I have other traps,
That's
I'll go get them. It's just not worth dealing with it.
That's really
I mean,
funny.
It's not worth the 2 arrows.
Okay, Kleeck flies away, leaving the 2 arrows in the snared, naked, dead, waterlogged zombie's back, and flies back to the. Well, I guess you fly to a place to clean and dress the chipmunk that wasn't diseased that you found.
as well as I caught other things on.
Yeah,
with
you found
the
you found
first round of traps.
you found berries and other wild things. Again, the haul was much less than you expected because a lot of the things that you find out here are diseased. You go to different bushes that you expect would be carrying in-season fruits, and the fruits are shrunken and shriveled and covered in black and brown and yellowish greenish spots, and just overall the wildlife in an ever expanding sort of area from what looks like the center of the swamp. It seems to be getting worse as per the rumors that you maybe heard a little bit of before you left.
Well,
But it's
with
morning
that-
now, and you dress your stuff. It probably doesn't take too long because you only have the one
that I
thing.
will ask.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also had at least one or two things from the night before I remember. But what I will ask then
Yeah.
is how much money worth of like hides and products do I get, and how many days of rations worth of food do I get?
I will say all
Because
told.
I'm butchering for meat and stuff, and whatever plants I gathered, I'll just add however many days of rations I got in total.
I'll say
And then-
normally it's you can feed 6 people for a day per day that you hunt, right?
Yeah.
So I will say because the hunting was bad and the foraging was bad, you got enough food in this one day of doing that for 3 people for a day. So 3 days worth of
So
food
3 days of rations.
for one
Okay,
person.
And how
Yeah.
much?
And then
And as for just hides and
if you
skins
sold
and
the
stuff,
hides and skins and pelts of the things that you hunted, you might have to do some processing, some tanning, some curing of the hides. So it might take some time and effort that you don't necessarily have right now. But you
Yeah,
could sell
I'm just
those
gonna-
to a tanner who's in town and possibly make a little bit less than the finished product. So is that what you're asking then, is what you can get for what you have the time to process right now?
I don't have the supplies or stuff or experience to really like.
Fair.
Do
No, you're not a
too much
leather
with-
worker
I
or
don't have the
nothing. So
time.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm not gonna just assume I sell it immediately. I'm gonna take the time to go to a place to sell it, but I'm gonna add an item and I want to note how much it's worth for when I
Okay,
get a
yeah.
chance to
No,
actually sell
that
it.
totally makes sense. I will say that the pelts that you got, it's going to be like a chipmunk one, maybe a couple squirrels. Maybe you caught even like a deer or something. I don't know what you hunted in the... No, since you got here, you wouldn't have gotten anything big like that. So, yeah, it's probably a couple squirrels and that chipmunk. And in that... there's not a whole lot, so you could probably get like in total a gold and 3 silver. Like once it's at the end of its processing. Is that too much? I feel like that might be too much. I'm gonna go to instead 6 silver. I think that's too much for a chipmunk and a few squirrels. I'm gonna go with 6 silver instead. I think that's
You're looking at like coppers and silvers.
Seriously?
At that point.
yeah.
Those are cheap hides. They ain't even look good for much.
No, I think yeah. No, I'm gonna yeah. I'm thinking about it as I reason it out, and while I feel bad, I'm gonna have to bring down the price just because it's not as big game and it's not as good hunting right now. So
Yeah.
sorry.
I mean, if nothing else, I was going for some rabbits or something, but
Yeah.
couldn't find much.
No,
I tried.
there really wasn't a lot out
Maybe
there.
in another place.
Yeah, I mean, it's also possible that they're being hunted out right now because there's a migration extinction event happening because of this weird climate shift of the swamp expansion. So
Meanwhile,
yeah,
there's
probably
a-
I'll say 4 silver, 4 copper in total. That's my
Meanwhile,
final
there's a-
offer, and you haven't
there's a
sold them yet. So
full-on war.
Do we hear Lucy and Cayman just going at it in the fucking room across the hall?
it's funny that you'd use that terminology, but yes, absolutely.
There's a war going on right now.
Yeah, I would say Eglor and Leon are less likely to hear it. Brightleaf, oddly enough, is able to sleep through it with no problem, and Yoga, it probably doesn't bother you either, just because you're a peaceful person. But you would hear it, definitely.
It's like
Steals the
garbled
blankets.
person.
Steals the blankets back. This is
garbled fucking cursing
It's
and
been a
like
fucking war.
Oh my goodness. I haven't been noticing this. Where have I been for the last 5 minutes? Dang. Wow, this is a battle.
Alright. I'll finish up.
Moves
my
Lucy
thing,
off the
but
bed.
I'll save that.
Killing blow.
God, this is amazing.
fucking blankets and
I'll
pillows.
finish up my thing so we can focus
Okay,
on this.
Lucy, strength check to flip the bed. In fact, let's do athletics. Athletics. Okay, so that would. So yeah, sorry.
Oh.
We'll
10.
we'll take the
10
athletics.
using original roll, but proper modifier.
Yeah, it would be, but I want the athletics roll.
Yeah.
Lucy flips the bed. I want the athletics roll. Flip the bed. So, Cayman, and it's morning now, so your long rest is completed, but you're woken up, and you're not really, you didn't sleep, but you got your rest, strange as it was. But it's now morning, and as you've been fighting over blankets and pillows and covers all night, you just shoved her off the bed, and she flipped you, and the door opens, and Ray is like,
No.
"Quit going at it, you two. It's morning. Time to go."
Oh, Brent,
Yeah.
What?
since I went to
it's
bed
not
earlier
ready.
than everyone, can I say I woke up an hour earlier?
Yes. Do you have
Just
any
all, like-
errands you'd like to run? There's also
I
a
just
frost
gotta-
scepter at your feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna tune to that for the hour while
No.
everyone wakes up.
Cool.
Good man.
So,
Frog.
can I get a item for that, or actually, that's
Oh.
not that I can add that in D&D Beyond, right?
It's a special
yeah,
custom. It's basically
okay.
a scepter of frost. It's a gilded, very like gold and silvery.
Yeah.
And it allows you to cast the spell.
Frost
Chilling
fingers. Frost fingers.
Finger 3 times per day, and it recharges at the next dawn.
Yeah, I think specifically because it was the recharging was a little more nuanced, but it was I think it recharges
I'm not
one
mistaken.
charge every day, and if it gets to the last charge and is used, it has a 5% chance of the like frost crystal at the edge, like just
Yep.
bursting into like watery vapor and dissipating and it being broken. But it only replenishes 1 a day, if I remember right. I have it written down somewhere. I think it's actually in one of the chat windows, but I don't have it in front of me. I can bring it up.
Okay.
A lot of magic items use a dice, so if it has like 3 charges, it would be like a 1d4 minus 1 is how many charges it gets each on. But if you want it to just be a flat 1 each on as well, that's also
Yes.
interesting.
Yes, it is a
Limits it
flat
use
1
more.
each dawn. It slowly recharges as it draws in water vapor from the atmosphere.
Found it.
I'm gonna approach Kaiman and say, I assume this was your doing. Thanks for the scepter. Maya asked what this is for.
Yoga, as you woke up, Brightleaf was already awake. Since she doesn't sleep, she only meditates for 4 hours. So she's actually probably hanging out with you while you're attuning. Which is nice. It reminds you of when you adventured together. You don't even have to talk. That's the kind of like, relationship you have, is you can just kind of like chill with each other and exist happily, sort of thing. 10% chance. Okay. Yeah, Captain Marith has placed it in the chat. Scepter of Frost.
So Yoga knows what it does, but he's asking Kaiman, why have I been given this? What is the point?
Because there's a plan. Well, when we get out there, if you ever get into a close fighting situation, that's something you can use up close without worrying about the guy grabbing your fucking hand and throwing your aim off.
Oh, about that, on our way can we stop by someplace? I need to grab some holy water for a spell that I prepared today.
Make it fast and good luck.
Look at Cayman. I'm gonna unlock my mask. I'm say, was she a good fuck? With all that racket you made.
Are we about
I
to
can
head out
only
now,
imagine.
Kaiman? Or
Alright. What? Yeah, you go now. Go now. Find a temple or something. Just make it quick.
I am gonna wander through the city and look for a place with holy water.
A good what? No, there was no absolute. I would be honest with you, but no, none of that happened.
I would be
We were
honest with
fighting.
you, but no. I'm
we
sorry.
were fighting because that was my fucking room, and she came in and then into the bed with me, We spent
I-
all
I-
fucking night
I'm
fighting
just
over
saying that
pillows, and she threw the bed over to wake me up. Fucking nose.
you could just open the door for an example.
Ugh, I left it wide fucking open when I walked out.
I'm just gonna walk away and go, sure, and
Yeah,
and clasp my back.
Whatever. I don't have any fucking.
Yeah,
Rhea
nice.
turns to you, Lucy, as she walks down the stairs and says, "You know, you could have shared my room."
I think I'll do that next time.
It might be easier than whatever you had to go through last night.
What she had, I don't want to fucking hear it from me, right? It wasn't anything she had to go through. I suffered all night.
Listen, you
hair's
kept
all-
taking all the blankets and the pillows, and I had to
Yeah.
take them back, and you took my
Yeah,
portion.
no, you started it.
Says the person who wouldn't give up the room that was rightfully mine.
No, not rightfully yours. I paid for it. It's right fucking mine. And
Are they actually arguing in character?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
I'm gonna unclasp my mask again. Neither of you were a good fuck. Just get over it. And I'm gonna walk out the door.
Lucy just looks extremely confused.
What? That's nothing. Fuck. I need to clean myself off. I'm just gonna prestidigitation all of my grime and sweat away. Just,
Cayman is
and
clean.
then I'll snap my fingers and do the same to Rhea. Snap my fingers
Oh, that's
to Brightleaf,
really nice and thorough. Thank you.
and then I'll
Wow.
stare at Lucy and go, I just want you to know I could totally do the opposite to you, and I'll snap my fingers and Lucy's clean.
Lucy, it's as if you've just had a fresh shower. There's no scent, but you feel very clean.
She's gonna look at him and be like, weird.
I don't have time for showers and water and all that shit. Anyway, I'm going out.
Will you all be
Me-
leaving? Did you want breakfast this morning?
No, we're getting an early start.
All right. Well, you have 2 more nights with us. Come back anytime. I'll hold the rooms for you. If I don't see you come back, I'll keep your stuff safe if you leave anything.
No.
Now, I had a question for you. I heard some strange news. Did that group, did they ever get aboard the ferry? They were in kind of a hurry to catch up with you as you left.
Oh yeah, they made it aboard all right. They didn't make it back off.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Good customers, them, but dangerous line of work, that.
Yeah, well, I don't know what problem they had. They went after some guy on the boat, the dwarf that we were bringing with us. They went after him, and as far as I'm concerned, they were kidnapping a friend of mine, so we dealt with it.
Oh, that was you then. Wow.
I
Well,
told you we were good.
I mean, yeah, you'd have to be. The big one was a handful. Even just for me here.
I don't want to remember him. He
Sweet
died.
lift, brah.
He died as he deserved to die.
How did he die?
Not well. And I'm gonna walk out.
She just kind of frowns, but like in a knowing way, like she totally understands like what happened. And she kind of looks over to Rhea, and this is something that I guess only Lucy would see because she's the only player character still in the room. But she looks over to Rhea and is like, "So, you all are that dangerous?" "I mean, yeah, kinda, but you know, only if you mess with him. You seem a nice sort." "Well, he's a dangerous man. I didn't think it would be wise to upset him, and he hasn't been anything but kind to us here." "Yeah, see, that's the point. He's kind of a good person, but kind of not a good person, so like, you know." You see them kind of like share a knowing look, and then Brightleaf is looking a little curious, looks to you, Lucy, looks to Rhea. "We should go." Kleeck, have you returned
how-
at this point from your
Uh,
excursion? It's still
I
early.
was actually just. I mentioned that in chat.
Mm-hmm,
Since I didn't really have much to clean and dress, I imagine I would be arriving pretty soon after everyone else wakes up, yeah.
Yeah, you seem to be arriving any time now and seeing them actually getting their early start as they head out and begin their voyage.
As
It's
Lucy's
gonna
walking
land
out,
next to these two as they're walking out.
as Lucy's walking out the door, she's gonna turn to the person and be like, "He may be kind of a good man, maybe not. I don't know yet, but we walked in there this morning and he decided to flip the bed over. I'm not sure what that's about."
Oh, deception roll.
Oh,
I need
yeah,
that.
you are actually gonna have to do a deception check on that.
Holy shit.
Ooh, that's
Oh
nice
my
though.
God. You dog. You
Yeah,
monster.
Yeah, that was probably that loud noise I heard a few minutes ago. No, we'll go in and fix that for you. I'm very sorry that you had to deal with that. He does seem a rough
Actually-
man, so please, milady, be careful.
No worries. I'll go take care of it for you.
Oh, thank you. We can take care of it though.
No, it's the least I can do for, I guess companions. We'll call them that. She'll go and like.
Well, I really appreciate it. Hey, and she like snaps her fingers. Help the lady. And oh yeah, yes. What did you need assistance with, milady? He like bows and then bows again and seems nervous and like sort of that really nervous energy.
I was gonna flip the bed back over that one of the other people flipped.
Oh,
I'm not sure how.
and he kind of looks back to the bar lady, and she's like, "Go help her." He's like, oh, all right. I don't know why you think I could help, but all right, let's go. And so he kind of heads up the staircase and just kind of he kind of moves at a fast clip though, but he does that little like butler shuffle like so he heads up the stairs pretty quickly, and at the top of the steps, he's like which is the room? Oh, I guess it's probably the one with the. You point to it. Oh, okay. He heads
Wide open.
the wide open door. Yeah. Nope. Oops.
Oh no.
Whoops. All right. He's this bed is very flipped over. Well, let me get to it. And he goes over to it and he starts trying to lift it up, and so you see this somewhat well-dressed little halfling man really like trying to get under it, and he has no leverage, and he's not got a lot of muscle mass. It's not really working for him, so I'm gonna go ahead and roll an athletics check for this young man.
No.
And he's not able to lift it on his own. He actually puts in a pretty solid effort, and you see him get some purchase, but then he kind of like slips in his knee buckles, and at this point you see he's kind of like sweaty and like, I'm really sorry to ask this, milady, but could you maybe help a little bit? I think if there's two of us, we can maybe flip it over a little bit easier. And
Yeah,
at this time, Lucy, I would like you to roll, because something suddenly smells really, really, really good.
No.
Something smells kind of delicious in this room now.
I don't suppose something's
There's-
cooking in the other room.
There's like this kind of like the scent in the air. You recognize it. You know what it is. But you're gonna have to roll, I guess, if you're hoping to resist it, a wisdom save. Okay.
Nope.
You're
Oh, shit.
really, really hungry, and the small, sweaty halfling man looks delectable.
What?
And you're also just you're really hungry. You vomited earlier.
Oh, right.
You're and for a moment you feel the urge. You feel the urge, and the halfling looks like a foe. It looks like, it looks like prey. It looks like a steak dinner. It looks like something that you wanna take a bite out of.
Is she able to resist enough to flip the bed over and then, like, that happens?
Well, the wisdom saving throw was to see if you could resist it. If you want to try flipping the bed instead, I'll have you try another one. But after that, should you fail this, because this is to change your mind as you're now stalking towards them. Roll a wisdom save to instead at the last second change the trajectory of your clawed hands. Oh, with a 15, you're now actually visibly sweating too, and maybe drooling a little bit. Your eyes flickering back and forth between different hues as you stalk over to the small halfling man, the small, sweating, delicious halfling man, and you reach for his neck, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for..." And there's something in your eyes at that moment as he looks back at you that makes his face pale, but then you instead reach past him and get your clawed hands up underneath the frame of the bed, and go ahead and roll an athletics check with advantage because he's helping you.
Wait, she flipped the whole fucking bed on me?
Yeah, she flipped the bed on you. Like, she flipped it before. Like, you were laying in it after pushing her off, and she went, "You know what?"
I was under this impression it was just the mattress. No, the whole fucking...
No, it was the bed.
Yeah. No, it was the whole bed.
Jesus.
With the help, you actually are still unable to lift it. The DC for the huge bed is 15, so you try lifting it, and you both kind of like collapse after a moment. The hunger's still there, and now he's right next to you and is kind of afraid, but also like not thinking about that because he's still trying to lift the thing with you. So he's like, "All right, do you want to give it one more try? I might call the chef. He's a big man."
I think I'll have a snack first.
Oh,
Shit.
all right.
Oh, shit.
Roll another wisdom save then, because he's right next to you, and you just said, "I'm gonna have a snack," and you're hungry, and he still smells delicious, and he hasn't left your presence at all yet. And you resist the hunger.
We're gonna fail that.
Would you like me to bring you anything? I can do
What?
that for sure. And I'll bring up
She
the
just
chef
said
too.
I fail. She
We're
said
gonna
I
fail
fail
it.
it.
You're gonna choose to fail it. Okay.
Yes.
Then you have chosen to fail the wisdom save, and you are now super hungry, and there is a little halfling man next to you that looks really tasty, and you can no longer control it. So I guess what do you want to do? What are you gonna do? Is this you're gonna roll a bite attack?
Yeah, we're gonna go take a snack.
All right.
What
He's surprised, so I'll give you advantage. Roll a bite attack with advantage on this halfling.
Where the fuck is Lucy? She's supposed to be out here with us.
Okay, the 17.
What
What?
is taking so fucking long?
So now you got to roll damage. Okay,
Hey,
so
Cayman, how you doing?
for damage. So on biting a creature that isn't a construct or undead, you can do one of regain hit points equal to the piercing damage dealt by the bite, or gain a bonus to the next ability check or attack roll you make. The bonus equals the piercing damage dealt. So you can basically add a +4 to your next ability check or attack roll, or you can heal damage that you haven't taken. So I would take the second one, I guess. I don't know. Take the +4 for the next thing, but you do 4 damage to him as you bite into this little halfling man's neck, and he goes, and then just kind of goes limp in your arms, his eyes wide open, and then it just seems like he's passed out from shock as you just slurp through your fangs, drinking pretty deeply. I'm actually going to do a con save for him to see if he dies because of this.
This dude you might have just killed this dude. Oh my god, he's dead.
So he is now in death saves. He has been drained of his life and is taking death saves. So you have a dying halfling on the floor. He's bleeding out from the neck, but you have drunk your fill. and you are feeling better. You feel satiated. Your hunger. You probably won't have to eat for another day or 3 or something at this point. You kind of gorged yourself a little bit. Yeah, commoner 4 HP. Are you gonna try and
We're
like
gonna try to help
fix
him.
this, or are you just gonna leave?
Yeah. We're gonna try to
Ray,
fix
Ray, where the fuck is Lucy?
Well, I
What
mean,
is taking?
I was
Oh,
talking to her a second ago, and then she
Yeah.
was still in the. I don't know. I
Oh.
mean, I thought we were leaving.
Damon's gonna go back in and go over the phone. Hey, where's my friend? I can't say friend. Where's
Oh.
the woman that was just down here with us?
She just went upstairs with I don't remember the name. I'm just gonna go with Timothy because I actually think that's it. She went with Timothy
That is it.
to go flip the bed. She said you flipped it.
Yeah, no, she flipped it.
Okay, and you can go up the stairs.
Up there.
All right, so Lucy, I'm gonna have you do before he gets there. I'm gonna have you do, if you're trying to stop the bleeding and save this person, do a medicine check. You don't really have anything to do it with, so okay. With a 9, that's less than 10, so that's gonna be as you try and I guess palpitate the chest or something. It's totally not what he needs. He needs the bleeding staunch, so he continues bleeding, and that is a failed death save.
All right, how many of these does she get to make before I get?
That is a success death save. So you are now up the stairs, I'm guessing, and you're on the platform. Yep. So Lucy, if you're going to try and continue to do a medicine check, Cayman will come in as you're performing this next one. So are you going to continue to try and bring him back?
Following behind Cayman he's trailing him by like a few seconds. By a minute, I don't know. He's trailing him.
Is Lucy like, oh shit, oops, oh shit?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
All right, so she's just about to start trying to save this guy.
Okay, so you grab some like just some sheets that were stacked on the side for whatever, just reusable extra sheets, and you begin staunching the blood flow with them, and in that you give him a successful death save with your work, and his next death save, he's now awake and very, very, very frail. He already was weak. He already was, and pale. But his eyes open and he's awake. And as he sees you kneeling over him, Lucy, he's like, "What happened?" And you still have blood on your face too, because you didn't. I don't know. I don't think you cleaned up yet. And yes, Cayman, you will step in to see a bloody Lucy. Well, she has a bloody face, kneeling over a bloody, pale little halfling.
Am I like turned away from the door?
Okay, you turn away from the door. I don't know if we're gonna do stealth or sleight of hand to have you try and hide your face.
She was asking if she was already faced away.
Yes, you're already facing away from the door, is my perspective.
All I see is a halfling and Lucy kneeling over it.
Yeah, you see Lucy kneeling over a halfling, and you probably don't even see his face actually then, so you can't see the paleness, but it feels weird in here, and I guess do a perception smell check to see if you can smell the blood in the air, because you've been around blood, so you probably know what it smells like. No, probably not. You can't smell it.
Failure?
I would say that's a failure.
Are you sure?
I'll find out in a sec. Okay, you succeed. It was a DC 10 sniff check. Ooh, blood.
So, gonna go like her face.
I'm gonna try to shove my way in there. What the fuck happened in here?
All right. So he tries to shove his way in, and as you step past, unless Lucy, you try to bodily block him, you will see that she's staunching the blood around a what looks like his neck. And Lucy, you said you wiped real quick before he came around you?
Like, try to lick it off my face.
Okay, so I don't know what check to have for how well you wipe under
We can do
duress.
one hand, probably.
I would imagine to generally try and clean off quickly, it would be a sleight of hand.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
to
made
try
the
and
most fitting.
secretly wipe your face. Okay, and that's an opposed check, so you're gonna have to do a perception, Cayman, to try and notice her wipe her face.
Alright. That doesn't even beat my passive, but I like opposed checks. I don't see all I think. I go straight down the
Meanwhile-
path.
I guess,
Kleeck is
yeah.
peeking around
I
the
guess if it
corner.
doesn't beat your passive on a perception, then you probably would notice.
I mean,
No,
even
for
if
passive,
Cayman
whatever,
does,
if you're doing like the checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if Cayman's like, oh, fucking shit, reaches into his backpack and yanks out a potion of healing, grabs the halfling, just yanks his mouth open and pours it in.
And just like that, the halfling, and he looks hale and healthy, and turns and looks at you, Cayman, and is like, ah, what happened? And he looks at you, Lucy, and is like looks confused because he didn't notice you wipe the blood, and he sees no blood on your face, and your eyes aren't red, and your fangs aren't out, and you seem normal, and you're worried about him, and kneeling over him, and he's like, what happened? And he reaches up to his neck where he was bitten, and the skin is clean and woundless, and he is completely healed.
I accidentally covered up what happened.
Yeah, you accidentally covered up the crime, which is
Covered the crime up, and I don't even know
What?
crime.
what happened? Where? He looks at the sheet. Where did all this blood come from? Were you stabbing each other when you flipped the bed?
As we were trying to lift the bed, it kind of fell and clipped your neck there, and you started bleeding
Oh,
everywhere.
by luck, huh? Thank you. You saved my life. Thank you. He takes your hand, came in and is shaking it with both hands, and then he turns to you, Lucy, and he takes your hand and he's shaking it, and then he lets go. And you know, I don't think he notices the temperature of your flesh, but you definitely notice the tender, warm, pink flesh wrapped around your hand for a moment. But still, and then he pulls his hands away and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, my lady. But thank you so much for saving my life. I need to go get the chef. I think I need to lay down."
Yeah, when Lucy said that the part of the bed clipped the guy, I'm looking at the bed. I'm looking. Do I believe that?
Yeah.
Do I
Roll a
believe
deception
that's all
check.
that-
Okay, we got
If
the
I may ask,
yeah.
can I roll insight on this too? Kleeck's peeking
Yes.
in the door. Like,
Yes.
what the heck is going
So,
on?
Cayman, you will know that she lied. You don't know what she lied about, and Kleeck, you'll also know that she lied. In fact, I guess I'll roll this for
Rolled
him
it.
as well.
It's a 23.
He will not know that you lied. 11, 12, 13, 14. Amazing. Oh,
You have advantage on deception.
Yeah. I have
Oh.
advantage on insight,
Then-
deception, and sleight of hand.
oh right.
What?
Holy
How do you-
crap, that's
how do
true.
You have what?
Rune Knight.
Night.
Rune Knight. It's the cloud rune.
Yeah. Wait,
It's
so she's
awesome.
actually using the cloud room? Yeah.
No. It just gives you that.
Oh.
That's
Well, I'm gonna.
It's a
I'm gonna
passive.
look at it.
It's a
Great.
passive. I'm not joking.
I'm
That's
gonna
some
look-
crazy stuff too.
Great.
I'm gonna look at the bed frame and kind of. Well, yeah, there is. Well, yeah, that makes
So
sense.
yeah, everyone believes that he just fell. I fell.
Look, it's all right. Just go sit down for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stand up and go.
I'm gonna go get
Lucy.
Butch.
We need to go.
And he runs down the stairs.
Too bad my name isn't Artist Blackwood, because that shit would have gone me.
Yeah. What's the DC to lie to this guy? Can you get to 80? Oh. Yeah. It's one of those.
Oh.
Can you get to 80?
Batman.
I mean, if you're playing a rogue, maybe you can beat with a rogue with a very specific skill set. Maybe you can beat a DC of 30.
Yeah, no, Argus. Yeah, Lucy, it's time for us to go.
I was gonna flip the bed for them since you flipped it.
Oh, for the.
Couple
You're
minutes
the one-
later,
oh.
you see a man
Oh.
in an apron with some pretty clear food, possibly some blood stains on it. Which again, not the kind that interests you. But he walks in and says, "Oh, are we flipping a bed?"
I grab the fucking bed frame. I'm going.
All right, he's gonna come and say, I got you. You both do it. Either of you does it. You both do it together. I don't know. In fact, I would say Lucy takes one side and Cayman takes the other, and Cayman flips it, and then Lucy flips it back, and it becomes like a double flip. And he's like, "What? All right. We gotta work together on this one, actually. All right, together now. 1, 2, and then one of you do it with advantage."
Alright, since Cayman is the one who was accused, I assume.
All right, yeah, you totally get it. It was a 15 DC, and you got it with even your lower roll. So, you, the big man, Lucy, all together, flip it back into place. That's a lot of bloody sheets. I guess it's a lot of bloody sheets, huh? I'll take him. They're probably gonna have to throw him out anyways. And he just reaches down and picks him up and says, "You two,
While he's picking them up, I'll just snap my fingers and prestidigitation the fucking blood away.
What? Are you some sort of wizard, boy?"
Something like that, yeah.
That's some good stuff. You can make a pretty penny just cleaning. Anyways, he tosses them on the bed. I'll have the little one come fold them later. I gotta get back to keep cooking. If you want anything to eat,
Not this morning. I'm good.
He's leaving. He doesn't really care that much.
Like,
he does not care that much.
They didn't even fucking need my help. I just came up
Hey,
here.
Brent?
Yeah.
This probably would have been happening like while Kaiman went in, so I would have had like 5-10 minutes. I'm looking for either a blacksmith or a place that would have iron or silver for my components.
Oh, then you would want to go down the way, just next to the docks, to the Silver Shoe Forge.
Oh, yes.
Aptly named the Silver Shoe.
Yep.
Why, hello there.
What? What are you, some kind of big turtle? Anyways, what do you want?
Can I have some, look at my component I actually forgot. Can I have some powdered silver and iron? A little pouch of it.
Powder. How much you need?
3 pouches is about.
Do you have a specific gold value?
It does not give a gold value. It just says powdered silver and iron.
I'm gonna assume that you only need a pinch at most. I mean, a component pouch theoretically has that, but if you're just having like freehand stuff, okay, yeah. All right. Silver powder and iron powder. You said.
Yes.
All right. I think I can get that for you, but I'll have to head back out. Fucker didn't organize it for shit. And he leaves out the back door, and possibly 10 minutes later, he comes back, having found some of the items. He says, "All right," and it's actually kind of a sizable little pouch. It's probably like, I mean, not a pound, but like several ounces of silver dust and several ounces of iron dust. Yes, Cayman, you're saying the powdered silver iron is consumed. Okay.
It's consumed by the spell, but it doesn't give a gold
It doesn't
value,
give
so
a gold value to it.
It can be any amount.
Okay. That's interesting and good to know. I'm going to go ahead and say, the bag of silver dust is going to run you about 5 gold, and the bag of iron dust is just a silver. Funny that, but yeah. He puts out his hand like he expects you to just pay up immediately, and he puts the bags on the counter. He's also standing on a stool to peer over the counter and is roughly of a height with you as he stands there.
And I do pay up immediately.
Pleasure doing business with you, Turtle Man. Come on back to the Silver Shoe anytime. If you don't mind me, though, I gotta get back to work, so if there's nothing else, just holler. And he heads on over to the forge and his large friend, and he starts going through some material and says, "All right, get to the billows." And they switch places and they start doing stuff. But you have your stuff and you're good to go. I will say that you have just whatever, 8 ounces, so a half pound, and 8 ounces, so a half pound. So in total, you have a pound, half of silver dust, half of iron dust, which is a lot. But, you know, probably enough to not ever be used up unless you do use the spell that consumes them a lot. Which spell is it, by the way? I'm just curious.
Protection against good and evil.
Oh,
Seems
that's
like a
some
good spell in this situation, eh?
that's some baller stuff. All right, very cool. Yeah, so y'all reassemble in this town square area. That was the run to the blacksmith. Everyone else is still upstairs, and I'm guessing they're heading down. Egglor, you are now here. We have woken up the morning after a long rest, and we are ready to head into the wilds. Welcome back, Leon, as well. So, yeah, if the party's all assembled, let's meet down in the square and head into the woods.
And for Egglor's
As Kleeck
benefit,
is following Cayman down this.
yeah, I was just gonna say real quick, for Egglor's benefit, when we went over the plan, Cayman basically looked Egglor dead in the eye and went, "Anybody that stands against us, burn."
Dun dun dun!
And at that moment,
Oh,
we-
fucking right, you guys are
Why
dead.
was that on standby?
We already
Like-
killed you motherfuckers once before.
Why do you think that was on standby? They were in this town last time you were here, and I had to delete the tokens because it was slowing it down for me.
how's my mic?
Oh, it's better now. I can hear you more clearly than normal, actually. I'm going to even turn you up to improve that.
Alright, and also I'd like to do something.
Yes. What would you like to do, Egglor, at this time? The team is getting ready to head into the forests and eventually into the swamp. You helped with the map and the plan last night, so you're pretty aware of what the plan is. Thus far, everything was kind of just finishing up the night stuff and doing some of the morning stuff, but now everyone's getting ready to hang out. So what would you like to do before, or head out? What would you like to do before that happens this morning?
Fucking swamp.
Egglor? I can't hear you if you're talking. Huh.
Is Bryn lagging
Wait.
for anyone else?
Bryn, you cut out a little bit.
Oh, it might be me then. Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. I was saying I couldn't hear Egglor, but I guess it was me. So, sorry. Please repeat. What was Egglor hoping to do?
Just say hello.
Hello?
He's talking into the sending stone.
Oh. You have up to 25 words to send. So if you just say hello, that's the only word that will be sent in the message, in the sending. Is that what you want to do? I just want to make sure that you're aware of what it does.
Can you only just send a message, or?
Yeah, so
One message.
so how it works, it's pretty specific.
Yeah.
How it works is once per day, one of the stones can send a sending spell message to the other stone. When you attempt to send the message, you will know immediately if there is someone there to receive it. If there is not someone there to receive it, I believe the charge is not used. The sending spell also is rather specific. You can only send 25 words. You have to know the target normally, but for a sending stone, it's just whoever has the stone. So what happens is you will say 25 words. If you try to say more, it'll cut off at the 25th word. You can try to use some clever wordplay at times, but hyphenated stuff doesn't work, so that's not going to be the one of them. However, once your spell ends, the person who receives it is able to send an equal message back, 25 words. So that's how it works. However, here's the thing. If you send it on, let's say it's Wednesday, you send a message, and the person gets it and responds, they can't also send a message. Both stones are used up for the day. They get to connect one time. So
Oh,
That's-
I thought they each got a charge for the day.
nope, I read it more carefully, and they are both consumed for the day once one of them activates. So that's it's pretty it's nuanced. If you read it and get something else out of it, we can reread it together. But that's what I have right now, and I think that's pretty
Right,
fitting. It's a pretty powerful
Right,
magic item in that sense.
Yes, but this is really crucial. Remember, what does the stone do? you cast the sending spell, which means the recipient, I'm fairly certain, can reply.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They
Right.
get the reply, but the reply is through the stone's sending
Yes.
spell.
It-
Your stone is sending it,
Okay.
and the reply to the sending is part of the sending spell. But
Yes.
the trigger mechanism, like the magical physical trigger mechanism, is you possessing the other stone, is what gives you the ability to do the return. Otherwise, it would have to be done through magical means only, right? Not
Yep.
an object of power. Is, I think, the prevailing metaphysical pseudoscience magic notion that I'm going to run with, because, you know, I'm an engineer and I say so. Humble brag flex, sorry. But yeah,
Hey, you
Sit
never
down,
questioned
Bran.
the
You ain't the only
engineer.
one here.
no,
Sit
please,
down.
please question engineers. We're really stupid people. Leon knows this.
Sit down. We know what you are. Sit down.
Yeah, exactly,
You're the
exactly.
only
We're
one
good.
here.
We're good. But yeah, so Eglor, what did you want to do this morning? You're trying to send a sending stone message. You said hello, but what else did you want to send?
Just asking what time of day it is?
What?
What is the time of day?
It's morning, early morning.
Early
Like the
morning,
sun is
early
barely
morning.
up, like not even up yet. Really, it's cresting the horizon, and the early morning fog, which is thick but not in the town. It's still at the edges of the swamp forest and kind of towards the edge of the farmland even at this point. But it's a light rain, kind of a middling rain now, and it's cold and still kind of dark out because of the clouds. So even as it is getting brighter because it's morning, there's still like an element of darkness hanging in the air. It's not happy, fun time weather. Kind of like when you came in, it was a little nicer, a little more placid. This is not stormy, but wet. Definitely wet. Time of day and weather. Sorry.
All right.
So you're
read the weather app.
What I'd like to say, what I'd like to send through and say. Hello, this is Eglu. If Viley has received this, please speak into the stone at dawn tomorrow. And
9 more words.
9 more.
Mm-hmm. I won't count 9 more. You can stop too if you're done with the words. Like if you just want to send a 19-word message, you can stop, but you have 9 more.
I was just telling.
Okay.
You can only send one message each stone per day.
right, but he can reply back.
Yeah, he can reply back as
Immediately.
part of you sending the spell. So immediately after you send that message, you will hear Filey's voice come back to you. Eglor? Oh, I thought you were dead. I'm so glad to hear your voice again. Where are you? Someone
16.
handed this stone to... Done.
21.
Oh, stone to me, and I didn't know... Done.
And I done.
And yeah, so... Yeah, you don't get the whole message, but you get a message back. And it sounded like Filey's voice. I won't make you roll a check. You know your friend, so... Yeah, you heard back from him, and, there's a bit of a wash of emotion with that, because, you didn't know if he was alive anymore either. So, hearing his voice, having seen him in the, I think it was the, it was near
Alleyway?
it was near the university, that you saw him the other day when you saw that guy in the alley who's buying dreamberries. So, yeah, that's what you heard. Confirmation that he's alive. Tomorrow you might be able to talk to him some more. But yeah, the crew's waiting for you downstairs, going like, "Where is Eglor? Was he cooking more eggs? I don't know."
Did anyone wake Eglor up? Like, Or did you just leave him in his room and hope he'll wake up? What?
I
They-
wasn't sleeping in that room.
I-
I was in my
I-
own room and I woke up.
I specifically
By the
said.
way, what happened
What do you
upstairs?
mean? Oh,
Why was the
okay.
bed upside down?
Because
And what did she do?
Somebody-
Pointing to
somebody invaded my bedroom, decided to
bedroom.
try to claim the bed, and we
My
fought over it most of the night. And she
This is
flipped
why
it
it's
over
easier
on
to
me.
not understand how property works.
If he would just give it to the rightful owner,
No,
we wouldn't have
No.
any issues.
no, absolutely not. It's my room. I paid for it.
Wait.
I found it first. I
Wait.
staked my claim.
Remember those zombies? Zombie things, right?
Yeah. What about it?
I may have caught one.
You what?
Huh?
So I was trapping during the night.
Oh, of course you
show
were.
the meager skins I got. One of my snares caught one by the ankle. I tried to kill it, but it didn't die, so I just left it and a couple of my arrows.
Oh, okay.
Should still be there.
Yeah, we're after bigger prey than those things.
Okay. I
Still,
it was
that
worth
is good to
mentioning.
know.
Yeah, if we come near the area, let us know.
Oh, okay. Which way are we headed?
Into the
I was
swamp.
trapping.
We're heading.
I was
into-
trapping near the edge of said swamp, was I not?
Okay.
You were.
Like I said, if we come across it, let us know where it is. We'll go take care of it.
If we're headed into the swamp, we should be going near it.
Kleeck,
And
we're heading
where-
into the swamp. We made plans last night.
Okay.
Right. Here's my plan for you, Kleeck.
For-
You're gonna love this. This is a brilliant plan.
Oh?
Do what you usually do with your bow and arrow and your wings.
Okay. Guess I'm happy
Anybody
with
that anybody that stands against us out there, you just pick your targets and make them go away.
I mean, we're fighting zombies, right?
No, there's gonna be people too.
Okay. Why are we fighting people?
Because they're responsible for everything that's happening to this city.
Like they're making the zombies?
Yes. And they're
Uh,
poisoning the
okay.
water, and they're,
Okay.
they're poisoning the area. Alright, everybody's here.
Yeah,
Egglord,
I
good
saw
to see you.
animals weren't looking very good too. The hunting was terrible.
Well, that's good to know.
Mhm,
Egg- Egglord, you ready?
Yeah, sorry, I was doing something.
No, they mean that in
Alright.
character. You're good. Like, you gotta BRB sometimes. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I'm asking in character.
But yeah, like in character, I was just like, hey, sorry, I slept in and
Okay, you're a little robot-y, but I got it.
Yeah, I got it too.
Alright, remember remember what I told you last night, Egglord. Anybody that stands against us, burn them.
Yeah, honestly, I want to see it
Alright.
now. I want to see you make stuff be on fire. In fact,
You've
How would you-
You've been talking up a big game.
hey, Lore, and this is Rhea. Do you mind if I keep the bottle, for the fire breath, and maybe I can breathe fire on something, and can you like do something with that fire? Like, if I breathe fire on something, can you do something with that fire? I want to help, and I know you're kind of a fiery guy.
Let's
What-
walk and talk, alright?
Yeah, no, let's go. So, okay, you're going to head to, and I'm just gonna, don't worry about this map anymore, because we're going to a different one now. As we hop to the Nueva City Luzon map for the city, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that little route. Oh, you can go ahead and pop that on there, that's fine. You're just walking along the path there. Cayman.
Destroy every building.
Just... I think the one with the X on it is the one that you stole the clothes from, you and Rhea.
Oh yeah. Oh, I wonder how that guy's doing. Probably not very good. We robbed him blind.
So that's actually the path that you're heading out of town along, and as you pass by, the house looks a little in disrepair since you last visited a couple weeks ago. But other than that, you don't notice as you walk by.
Sucks to be
as we're
them.
walking, I say, "Oh, Mr. Kaiman, you said you discussed battle plans."
For the last time, it's Cayman.
He doesn't
Oh.
like Mister.
Okay,
I
Kaiman.
do like Miss. No, it's Captain now. Actually,
Kinda
That actually
chuckle.
gets a small smile, like from Brightleaf. Like she thinks it's funny, but doesn't say anything.
Or
but
chuckle.
yeah,
Captain
we went over.
Kaiman.
It's not
Fuck
like
it.
a taunting smile. It's like a that's cute and funny smile.
All right. It's just call me Cayman unless we're on a ship.
Kaiman.
I'll kill you. Anyway, yes, Yoga.
I don't know. I think I'm
I-
gonna start using Captain. I like saying that, Captain.
I won't say no.
I
All right,
jiggle the
Captain.
little like powdered silver. I have the spell components necessary. If we are indeed facing the undead horrors, a certain spell can help at least one of you be protected from its attacks.
All
I
right,
can only concentrate on the spell.
pick the softest looking person.
I'm gonna kind of look at everyone and I'm gonna point at you.
What? Why are you? Really? Yoga. You remember the ferry, right?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That horrible black orb of darkness that was on the ship.
Oh, I'm not questioning your abilities, my friend. I'm just
Yeah,
saying you look a little bit small. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'll be out of the way. I'll be up in the air.
I'm not. I don't have the physique I had before. But believe you
Okay.
me, it is going to be
The spell's
incredibly
supposed to
hard.
help, right?
Yeah, but I already have something to protect myself from getting ripped to pieces. Pick somebody else.
If I'm
Kind of
not
look at Rhea and say,
But
once we get a little bit closer to the target, I'll choose you.
You know, I would appreciate that. I've taken a licking in some of these fights that I've been with in this group, but I mean, I saw you die, Yoga. Shouldn't you do you? And then Brightleaf kind of
Probably-
steps up and is like, I second that. I wasn't there, but I watched, and it was difficult to see you die. Apparently she was watching Yoga.
Just a little misfortune. I assure you that I'll be hanging a little bit more towards the back this time, so I'd like to get one of you guys protected instead of myself.
Get Egglor.
Is Aegor going to be near the front?
He may very well be.
Yeah.
Works for me.
As we walk and talk.
Hey, I'm down with
Well,
it. Y'all are walking and talking, so I just am getting one thing. So as
So,
oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, part of it is Cayman sees himself as the captain, and you're the crew. Without a crew, there's no captain. And part two of that is it imposes disadvantage on the creatures trying to attack me, and they're already gonna have that the whole time.
Gotcha.
Ooh,
Oh, guess what? Luna's pregnant too.
ooh, that is pretty cool. I'm trying to find something that I just saved, and I don't know where it went. So this is problematic to say the least. One moment.
Is
Tell
it
you
that
what's
mob
problematic
of-
is a cat pawing at me every 2 seconds.
That's not problematic,
Trying to get my
friend.
attention.
That is what we want to happen on a daily basis. Like that's our
At
end
the same
goal
time,
is cats pawing at us
when I
while
have
we're
a-
trying to do things. I'm just saying
That's fair.
I wouldn't complain about that.
Yeah, you're.
No, I'm being a jerk.
I
No,
won't-
cats
I'm
are
half
silly.
joking.
I know.
Yeah.
You're good.
And when this one wants attention, she'll interrupt anything to paw at my back through the back of my chair.
That's I
until
mean
I give
again,
her attention.
cats. That's love.
Yeah.
Right,
I
Cookie.
try and pet her and she jumps away. What do you want? The door's open if you want to leave. Don't understand.
Man, where'd I put that dang thing? Downloads. Tell me where you are.
Okay.
Yes. What's the marching order as you head into the woods? Go ahead and set up or just, I guess, discuss it amongst yourselves, and then someone type it out and toss it in the Roll20 chat. What's your marching order as you head in?
Probably start. Kleeck will
Kleeck will
start
be in
flying
the air.
above.
Yep, Kleeck will be in the air. My
Mhm.
idea is, as the plan discussed, hoping Lucy will take the point, but I don't know that she will. So for the foreseeable future, Cayman is up front.
Okay. So Cayman's up front. I will have
And he's
Brightleaf
using
scout
Kleeck
in
as a guide.
front of you. Actually, no. Brightleaf will stay in the party, like the main party, and she will say, as you get to the edge of the woods, she'll say, 1 minute, and she'll kind of like check the area. You'll see her like do a little perimeter around the group, and then as she comes back into the center of the group, she says, "Okay, let's go," and she casts Pass Without a Trace.
Oh, yes.
So you'll get +10 to
Oh.
stealth rolls for the duration,
yeah.
as long as you're within so many feet of her or something. So,
Remind me what that looks like for us.
what I mean, what you see is just that she kind of like goes around the group, and you see maybe that she's like kind of muttering under her breath. It seems like she's just checking different like trees and twigs, and like there's a blade of grass over there that she kind of like reaches down and like caresses gently. Like it seems like she's kind of attuning to the nature around her, and she's normally a quiet person, but you no longer can hear her moving even as she's walking in front of you, stepping on twigs and stuff. Like they don't seem to break under her feet. She is light-footed and super, super quiet.
When we're like under the +10 to stealth, do we like look any different?
No. As it just goes, it's kind of it's a spell that I haven't really heard described in any particular way, other than that you just find that your like I don't know, like luck with stealth is enhanced. Like you're trying to find a step. Shadows reach out to like kind of veil you a little bit more. Like it's just everything kind of moves your way almost in a supernatural way, because fate itself is kind of like protecting you from being caught. Yeah,
It's the same roll in stealth.
it's a +10. Yeah, so 21 for Cayman. If you're sneaking through the woods, then everyone will have to make a stealth roll. It'll be a group stealth thing.
Yeah, once we get to the edge of the woods,
How
Cayman's gonna
does-
definitely like slow down.
How does Kleeck? Does Kleeck still need to roll stealth being in the air, and is there any modification to it?
So
being
you won't
up
get
above
a
the
bonus
trees?
to your stealth roll because you are too far away. Unless you're hovering really, really close, is what I'm going to say. Because
I'm at least like 10 feet over the treetops.
if you're 10 feet over
I
the
don't know how tall
treetops,
these trees
the
are.
trees are, pretty tall too. I would say you're probably out of the
I'm
range.
trying to go high enough to see far ahead and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I imagine I'm out.
Why
Yeah,
has this big total got a good stealth?
because he's used to being in swampy areas. I don't know.
True.
It makes sense. I'll just make it make sense.
Riley's having some trouble.
Oh, like audio trouble?
No, like read the.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, let me switch back.
Yeah, that's.
Oh man, no,
Okay,
I'm
that's
sorry.
good.
That stinks. I'm really sorry. Let me
That-
just finish reading it.
That's good that you're still here with us.
Wow, someone needs an anger management class.
Someone needs something.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's is definitely an unfortunate occurrence. So, if you're still here to play, cool. We'll go on. Let us know if you need a moment or anything. I totally understand that. One thing I need to resize. Set them dimensions. Yeah.
Rhea's stealth check is going to be disgusting. We don't even need to roll for it.
No, she's gonna.
Plus
I don't know what it's gonna be a roll of,
45
but it's gonna be
stealth.
successful against whatever it's opposed to. We know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
going to be plus
Oh,
13, plus 10, or plus 23. There's
I
most
will
likely
ask,
nothing.
I I didn't get a definite answer on what Kleeck's gonna do for this stealth check.
That's up to
And
him.
Oh yeah,
different it's
so
gonna be.
he's gonna roll
Like,
stealth
do I
perhaps, but like you're not gonna get the +10 because you're out of range.
But also, if he's
Thing
detected,
is, there's
he's
also
not
there's
like,
also a
exactly-
matter of if I get detected, I don't give away the group. I might, but if the group gets detected, I'm also above.
Oh yeah,
enough.
no, I'm gonna run it like
It
that.
seems
They're
like-
gonna see you if they see someone that's not like under the threshold,
Are you
right?
sure about that?
I don't know because
I mean,
you rolled a
I got
22.
I got higher stealth than some of them.
No, because they're all
to be
plus
fair.
10. Oh yeah, you
No,
you got better than
22 is
Cayman,
higher than 20
and you got better than
21.
Eglor. Yeah, you definitely did. So even stealthing kind of from treetop to treetop, Kleeck is kind of ninja-ing through the forest part and then into the swamp part. Yeah, everyone, just go ahead and set yourselves in like a marching order as you are like kind of walking along this path through the undergrowth. There is a trail here, but yeah,
There's no Leon.
everyone.
Yeah, it's
So,
Yeah.
how high up should I assume Kleeck is?
I would say you're maybe, I don't know, like 20, 30 feet up from these people, 40 feet up. You're trying to be above the treetops, so you are above the treetops. You know, you're not. But you're kind of like still skimming along them and amongst them. So you're doing that like low
so-
fly.
Should I? I'm gonna say like 30 feet.
Yeah, that's fine.
Then-
That's totally fine.
There is no Leon.
We're on the top left part of this this new map. Sorry, the fog of war is up. I'll reveal it soon. And as you get as you kind of head along the trail, go ahead and everyone make a perception check. Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check.
Huh.
Damn.
Easy.
Good man. That's why we have good sets of eyes, because apparently mine suck with a +3.
It's actually and this is if it matters, it is smell based.
Doesn't matter.
Nope.
Okay. So both Rhea and Brightleaf kind of recoil in disgust, and so will likely Lucy, Yoga, and Kleeck. As you enter this area, there's just this just rotten, disgusting odor. It smells like eggs decaying,
no.
rotting flesh. There's just something
At least the others can
terrible.
pinch their nose closed.
Yeah, you can't do really nothing about that. You just got a beak with some holes in it. So that sounds like a you problem, but like it's definitely there. So yeah, but as you kind of head forward, I'm going to go ahead and reveal more because you would see more standing there. You see some more of the area. There's sort of like a pond over here. Yeah.
Swampy.
Yeah, you're in a swamp. It's very swampy. That's what swamps are named for. It's very also foggy in here, so you can't see too far ahead, but you can see reasonably far ahead.
Is there
How close
a
do you think we are
specific?
to the...
Okay,
There's-
one at a time.
Go ahead, Kleeck.
All I will ask is if there is a specific measurement distance we can see before things are considered heavily obscured.
Ooh,
Because if we
that's
can only see like 40 feet, then anything beyond 40 feet is effectively invisible to us.
I would say because of both the effects of the brush and the fog, you can probably reasonably see out. And I mean, like this map is, and this is just a general thing, so this map is probably going to be a little bit different just because of the openness of it and such, but you can probably see out to a good 60 feet. But you've noticed as you've
Okay.
gotten deeper into it that the fog has gotten a little thicker.
Then I'm going to take that and run with the fact that we cannot see more than 60 feet effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I'll let the others do whatever they were going to do.
Yeah, so it's about to where the light is. I mean, it's roughly. With the perception checks that you rolled, you don't see anything in particular that's, threatening. In fact, let's see, with that roll, Rhea will actually kind of like, you see her kind of lean forward and squint and say, I think I see something in the, and she points off into the distance, kind of like over about here where I'm pinging. I think I see something over there. Something kind of shiny. It's hard
Shiny?
to tell in the fog. Yeah.
What?
I don't know if you hear that from your vantage point. You probably do,
I am
having
on the-
reacted.
I
But
am on the ground.
Yoga's
And with a
gonna
25
kinda start
perception-
marching forward towards where Rhea pointed.
25
Hold up.
perception, go bird.
Hold up.
so anyone who
Slow.
hasn't smelled the smell before will smell it now. It is a terrible stench, just atrocious, rotten stench. It's kind of tough to deal with. This oh god, oh man, I'm just right now thinking about it, kind of retching,
Should
sitting in my seat.
Yoga.
Burn.
Mhm.
My
should
token,
we
my
get our
dude.
weapons?
Oh yeah, let me
You-
drop
you-
a Leon. I thought that there was a Leon out,
Yoga.
but I have
Let
failed
Lucy
you
get
here.
front. Oh,
Let me get you a Leon and drop
What came
them.
inside of me?
I said, Yoga. Let Lucy take the front. There's no need for you to get right up there.
Once Brent's got a moment, I kind of ignore what Cayman says. I'm looking. for
They're,
what-
they should be set to be controlled by you now, Leon. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
Is this where Rhea was pointing?
Yeah, she was pointing to right about here, where I'm pinging, and I'm going to have the party move forward. So as you get closer, I'm going to have you take first. So the first person who's the closest right now is Yoga. Go ahead
Yeah,
and
'cause
take
I
an
feel
investigate check.
Okay. Huh. I get a 19. That's my divination.
Okay, you got a 19. Up, so then you find on the ground just a kind of a dull gray rock next to what looks like a kind of moldered pair of gross pants and like actually some pocket change. You find some silver, about 4 silver, 7 copper. And even as you're digging through it, 1 gold. And now I'm going to have you take a Constitution saving throw. As you get a horrible whiff of that terrible stench. 16? Okay. You ugh, gross. But you appear to be fine. And yeah.
Is it just a rock? No sword that fell from the sky. I see.
No sword or nothing.
I'll kind of like hand over the silver and coin to Cayman and say, "Sorry, I got
Yeah,
excited."
look. Stick to the plan. Don't run off like that. Remember, you may be tough, but you die very easily.
I'm sure I can say.
Kleeck,
You're right.
please make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh shit.
Is this for stepping in the water? Because I am flying.
No,
Flew straight
it's...
over the
Oh,
source
how
of-
high up are you?
Like 30 feet.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh, good.
Also, I'm going to reveal more because you're closer now.
And you're generally what I was doing. I was
How
looking
many-
around.
How many coins did I get?
What is this?
Wasn't it, I think I said it was like 4 silver and 7 copper?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. I will say, because the smell is really, really strong now, and like Brightleaf refuses to come any closer, I'm gonna go ahead and everyone roll a perception check one last time.
Yep, I'm gonna prestidigitation the air around my face and just fucking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yoga with a second crit.
I'm replacing the smell in my nose.
I
with a-
perceive everything.
Kleeck ain't
Does it-
far behind you.
Well-
It was a natural 20.
That's amazing. And this is something that actually has a DC, so the naturalness doesn't matter. However, at the same
25.
time,
25.
guess what the DC was? Because
25.
lot more
because-
than 25.
because and I'm not shitting you on this. It also rolled a natural 20 and had a modifier of +5. So, Yoga is the only one who sees this, but having just conquered the smell, you see that the tree that you're standing next to begins to move.
Uh-oh.
A tentacle kind of writhing out of the undergrowth
it out.
as
Is it a shambling mound?
No,
This
it's
is
a
shambling
moving
mound.
tree.
it's something. And
Definitely not a
I'm gonna
tree.
say that it gets a surprise round, other than for yoga. So everyone, please roll initiative real quick.
Oh, Yoga said he was calling it out. With
Oh,
that.
sorry, I didn't get the initiative order out, and I need to clear it real quick. So, blah blah
Oh,
blah.
we're on it.
And yeah, go ahead and roll and put your scores
No, I
in that
got
you
a
had.
20.
Oh,
And I called it
see
out,
the second
Astron,
one.
but I imagine I call it out as it probably like attacks us. So
Yeah, you
Wait,
can have
where's
called
my-
it out, so everyone else is aware of it. That will be a verbal action on the surprise round that I'll let happen out of order. But as it stands, everyone else will still be somewhat surprised and doesn't get the turn. But it won't get it won't get advantage on attacks because you called out a warning. So hey, good on you. Kleeck, you're out of range.
Evil tree!
But yeah,
Oh, thank God! It's not got a 20-foot reach, boys. I was scared of the
monster
last thing,
plant
that's a surprise
thing. So what you see is a large. It looks like a large mound of like roots and just kind of like fleshy plant appendages and large yellowish flowers with red tips, as you can see in the image, and just a bunch of writhing vines coming off of it. And as you watch, it actually, and this is actually something that's going to happen before the combat starts and the surprise round. So I apologize for dragging this out, but it's actually going to you're going to see a where did I put that damn thing? Da 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 da. You're going to see a zombie slide out of one of the large plant pods that it has on the side. It slides out covered in black and green sludge and no clothing, and it's a sort of a humanoid one. It looks very similar to the one you saw earlier, and it kind of stands up and gazes at you and the different ones of you and begins to shamble forwards. So he's not going to be in this initiative order, but I am going to. He's not in the surprise round, but he came out as part of it. So zombies. And now I need to roll 2 initiatives.
Oh boy.
I think this soundtrack fits well.
Yeah, go ahead and init +2. So that's a 9.
Wait a minute. Zombies? Oh no.
And
And
then
it's
for the zombies, it's a
daytime.
-2, right? Yeah, it's a -2.
Yeah, it's a -2.
It's daytime and there are zombies? Oh fuck, this is different than the last time we came through here.
Yeah, it
Planes,
is.
They have gone too
So I will go ahead and reorder now, descending. And we are at the top of the order with Yoga during surprise round. Yoga, what you gonna do?
after kind of calling out my warning, I say, Igor. I touch him. I cast protection from good and evil, and I say, you're protected. Use it well. And then I'm gonna position myself right here. That's my turn.
All right. So on its turn, the creature is going to, let's see, its movement speed is 20 feet. So it's going to take 1 step, and with its 10-foot range multi-attack, it's going to lash out with tentacles in the direction, 1 for Cayman, 1 for Lucy, and 1 for Eglor. So I will roll that. This one is for Cayman, so I'm going to do them in order left to right. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's 2d6.
Coated leather's not good enough for this.
That's 13 bludgeoning damage as it... and also take a Constitution saving throw, please. And now that you're within 10
failure?
feet, actually, that's
Is
a
that
fail.
a failure?
That's a fail.
Let's find out if it is a fail.
Fair.
Is it still a failure?
It's still a fail by 1.
Fuck.
So you are going to take 4d6 extra poison damage.
What?
21. Wow,
Oh.
that is a lot of poison
my
pumped into your chest.
God.
So
Almost
as the green tentacle lashes out and slashes down your chest, you are just riven with toxins, and you see Cayman go down next to you as the creature.
Oh, almost.
Almost. Oh, you're
But
not
not
down. Okay.
quite.
Yeah, he's staggered and he is badly hurt. The next tentacle lashes out at Lucy, so I'm gonna go ahead and brush. Does a 16 hit you, Lucy? I don't think it does actually.
Nope, AC 17.
Gotcha. So this tentacle lashes against your clothing, and it might cut through it a little bit, but it's stopped short by your armor, and the gleam of mithril comes out from between some of the parted fabric. But it does not manage to hurt you. And then Iglor, the last attack is coming for you.
What type of monster is that?
Yeah, no, let me bring that up real quick. We have...
It's an aberration, celestial elements, fey or fiend or undead. So basically, I'm asking if it's aberration or celestial.
No, that's totally fine. There's the monster page for it. I didn't write down on my card
It may even
what it
be
was.
an undead.
It is a large plant.
Oh,
Right.
It's a large
I
plant.
forgot. Plant is a type.
Yeah.
I think I cast a spell. I figured this wouldn't protect it from Igor, but
That's okay.
sorry, Igor.
It's
Protected from the zombie though.
You can't use the talisman on saving throws. Okay, interesting. So you would have
Yeah.
you would have you have it back. So I think I've only used it once then.
Only
So
once.
now it has stepped into range. A 24 will probably hit you, Eglor. So I guess I'll roll damage.
Holy fuck.
and
So you take
and
8.
also
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
and also as my reaction, I'd like to cast Hellish Rebuke.
Awesome. Okay, cool. That's baller. So it hits you
Steve.
for 8 damage as it lashes out with its tentacle. It's bludgeoning damage. You're going to have to also take a Constitution saving throw for the poison. So go ahead and do a con save real quick. You pass it. You shrug off the poison, and it actually does nothing. It doesn't penetrate your system at all. And so you take the 8 damage. But yeah, roll 3d10 damage. I believe it's fire damage?
It is fire damage.
Okay, so you're going to roll 3d10 fire damage as you rebuke him with your flames. Holy crap, so that's a 22 fire damage as you kind of...
And also, it gets +2.
Yes, it does, once per turn. Yeah. 1 fire attack. Excellent, thank you. And
plants are vulnerable to fire, aren't
It depends on the plant, friend. You also get +1 because of that staff that you were given.
Yeah, the focus.
Yeah, the arcane focus that you have will give you +1 to fire spells that you cast. So it's going to do 25 fire damage. So the flames wash over the monster, and you hear like a strange gurgling shriek from like deep within the root ball. Some of the tentacles shrivel with flames and die off and fall off, but it seems more are even growing out of it. And let's see. That was its attack action. It did the 3 attacks, and as a bonus action on its turn, it's going to poop out another zombie.
That's a bonus action.
Yes, it is. And that's going to
I
appear
believe
right
the-
here. And then it's going to move the rest of his movement 5, 10, 15. So kind of like shambles around. You see it's like root tentacle vines kind of carrying it as it moves over. And now we go to non-surprised initiative order. Kleeck, start us up. I also need to roll for Ray and Brightleaf, huh? Don't I? All right.
Okay.
Oops. And
I'm gonna
oops.
stay right here, and I am going to yell at Iglor, try to get away from it, as I fire an arrow at it.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit. That is going to be a barely miss. So as you take a shot at it, the arrow, it looks like it sinks into it, but then as you take a closer look, it looks like it got caught in one of the like root balls. That's like kind of like this weird armor surrounding it. It looks like it does nothing.
Surge.
You're gonna action surge. All right, let's see what you do this time.
I'm going to action surge.
You have another shot?
No, we're level 4. I don't have multi attack.
Just barely. Nope. So are you gonna do another attack with the up? And with that, you hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. And I am going to use one of my arcane shots.
Cool. Which one?
I'm going to use Grasping Arrow.
So the same one that killed Lord Gatu. All right.
Yes. 2d6 poison damage, 4 poison damage.
6. Okay, cool.
It may even be resistant to, for all I know.
So
but it is now entrapped in the vines. It can only move, since it has a movement speed of 20 feet, it can now only move 10 feet. And if it moves with the vines on it during its turn, it takes an extra 2d6 slashing.
Okay, cool. So the 2d6 was from the poison.
Use its action to remove them.
Got it.
The 2d6 is instant poison.
Gotcha.
If it tries to move during its turn, it takes extra damage, and it's also slower.
Gotcha. Okay,
it lasts for a minute until I use this option again, or until any creature, including other creatures nearby, uses an action to make an athletics check to remove them.
Got it.
But other than that, I am going to stay like 30 feet in the air.
At this point, as the vines from your grasping arrow stab into the creature, and you see your own like barbed kind of like I want to say like kind of like brambles wrap around it and like kind of constrict it, and you see like its root ball like pushing against those brambles, and you see it kind of like tearing. It looks like it's tearing itself apart, but you know that part of it's yours. So yeah, that's what you see. And I gotta roll the Rhea and Brightleaf real quick, so make sure that they're maybe faster than you. I don't know. So we got that's a 5. Yeah, so Brightleaf should have gone first, but that's fine.
Oh wow!
You brought fast people. You made good choices. Good. And a 6. Rhea's flat-footed for being a big-footed halfling. All right. So, we'll have Brightleaf go now. Doesn't matter. She's going to basically do the same thing that you did and just take a shot. So we got 1d20 plus. That's going to be a hit. And her arrow is not going to do as much damage, but it's going to stab into the creature as well. And you see her kind of move laterally to try and get a flanking position. And as she kind of steps into some of the shadows of this tree, anyone who's paying attention to Brightleaf's existence at this point will see her kind of shimmer and disappear into the shadows. The only person who will not see that is Cayman. You will see her still out. She didn't do a hide. She I guess she has to do a hide. No, you'll see her just kind of like hunkering down behind the tree. So yeah, next up, Brightleaf, Kleeck, Cayman, your turn.
Oh, well, I'm gonna grab that bloody gash on my chest and take a step back.
Yep.
Another step back. Another step back.
Yep.
That's 15 feet. Another step back.
Yeah.
Another step.
That's everything. Yep. You kind of like jog 30 feet backwards, like, nope. Oh, also, one thing I needed from actually Cayman, Egglor, and Lucy, when the creature stepped within 10 feet of you, you needed to make a Constitution saving throw to resist the stench. So I'll have those real quick.
Dang.
Yeah, Lucy, you pass.
What about our plague
Eglor and
doctor?
Cayman, you actually don't, and it never moved within 10 feet of the Plague Doctor. It was 15 feet away. So, Cayman, you would actually be incapacitated, and so would you, Eglor, from the
It would've
stench.
been-
So you won't have been able to move because of the smell, but you get to roll again now to break free of it. It counts as being poisoned and incapacitated until the end of turn, which I guess until end of turn means you would be fine now at the start of the turn again. So you can move, yeah, but you count
I would've-
you count as poisoned. I'm gonna let you roll the save again now, and you passed it this time. So you overcome the scent after running away. You're now also immune to it for 24 hours. Eglor, however, you are still incapacitated. You did your hellish rebuke, and then the smell kind of overcame you for a minute. You'll also get to do another save on your turn, so it'll just take a moment to get to that. But yeah, Cayman, what did you want your bonus action to be?
I'm gonna clench my right hand and then do as I usually do. Ring finger gets curled in, the other fingers come up. I'm gonna blast at it. I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast, and I'll just repeat the words I'm used to hearing in my head now.
Yup.
Destroy.
And as you kind of flick the finger, the lance of bluish green eldritch energy comes out of your arm, and it kind of like spirals and arcs through your teammates and slams into, yeah, it totally does with a 22, and it does 6 force damage to the, was that a 1? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Yeah, it hits the creature, and it kind of rocks back a little bit.
You know what you need to do right after that as my bonus action.
Are you gonna give me a tentacle to throw out?
Oh, yeah.
Where is it going?
It right next, it rips right out of the ground beside it.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So, the tentacle that y'all saw last night, or have maybe seen before, kind of just slithers up out of the ground next to this creature, and I'm guessing it's going to take a swing.
Yeah.
Delicious. 18's going to hit for sure.
6 cold damage.
6 cold damage. Yeah. The
wraps around the creature, chills the outer edge of it, and then
just kind of knocks it back a step. The just barrage of attacks is kind of like starting to hurt this thing a little bit. You're definitely noticing that you're blowing off branches. You've like, one of the pods has sunken in now from like the combined fire and force damage of the Eldritch Blast. And yeah, at that point, move, bonus, and full came in. Your turn's over. So Yoga, we are to you.
All right. I'm actually gonna run up to this zombie, and I'm gonna provide the help action to Rhea, which will give her advantage on the next attack.
Okay.
But kind of how I imagine what Yoga does is he pulls out his staff and just whacks this zombie in the legs.
Okay, awesome. So you just kind of walk up, and as your help action, you kind of like just, get your staff between his legs and kind of like swing it and try and hook one of the legs out, and now the zombie's like and off balance and staggering a little bit. And okay, so that's your action. Do you have a bonus action you want to do?
I do not. This is my turn.
All right, cool. And then we jump to Eglor. So Eglor, please, you're no longer incapacitated because it's back to your turn. It was only until end of turn. You count as poisoned right now, not exhausted, so you don't have to deal with that. But
Get away from it. Make it chase you.
yeah, the Constitution save, if you pass it, will make the poisoned status go away because you're trying to overcome the stench right now. Unfortunately, that does not do it. You are still... it's just like the smell is so bad, your eyes are watering, and like the kind of watering with like a weird kind of like, I don't know, like pus. Like you're it's not feeling good. You're feeling sick. Like you kind of feel the vomit rising in your throat. It is not good to be standing here. But you can move. You can do your action. You're just at disadvantage for most rolls. One thing that's nice about that, though, is that there are some attacks that don't use attack rolls. So, what you gonna do, Eglor? Is anyone else
Did we
able
lose?
to hear Eglor? Because or is
No.
am I the one who's lost?
Sorry.
No.
No, I know sometimes my connection gets bad. I just I don't know.
Alright. And it kind of just like, Igler's gonna go back.
Okay.
Feel?
All right. So as you
Are you going to disengage?
step to the first step, you're still fine. But as you step another step, you will be exiting his attack range, and he will take an attack of opportunity at you unless you take the disengage action.
I will.
If you want to take the attack attempt, you can. It's an action to do disengage, so you won't be able to do an action this turn. If you choose to disengage to run away. So that's what I'm trying to say is, you got to use your action to run away, or you have to take the attack of opportunity. He might miss and whiff. He might hit you and beat the crap out of you. So you'll take the disengage? Okay. So you take disengage. You kind of like wait for a lull in its like seeming defenses. You can't see any eyes on this thing. It's definitely not looking at you that you can tell. And its tentacles, they're still writhing and whipping and... But you find a moment in its defenses where it seems to not notice you, and you kind of move the hell away from it. So you retreat back 15 feet so far. Go. You still have your bonus action, and it's still your turn.
I didn't take...
You didn't take disengage. No, all right, well, it's going to take a swing at you. A 17, does that hit?
It does.
All right. So as you try and take a step away from it, in between its, flailing, tentacle limbs, it manages to whack you in the back as you turn and run for 9 bludgeoning. And go ahead and take another Constitution saving throw as it tries to pump poison into you.
Igor, you get a 14, plus whatever your con is.
That's a pass. The 14's a pass. Period.
Okay, and also, as he does do this, I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke again. Okay,
is this is a spell that you have prepared, or is this a racial ability? I'm just curious. I think you have both even. Okay, it's a spellcast. Okay, then you get it. That's your reaction. You still will have your action as well, and you'll still have your bonus action. So, 16 fire damage as it lashes out at you again. And in response to getting slashed with this tentacle, you just... and the flames wash over it, and this thing it's taken some beating now. Like,
It has to make a dex save.
It has to make a dex save? Oh, then it would have been that for both of them, huh? Well, let me go ahead and do that. What's the DC?
12.
So the first one would have saved, the second one would have saved. So is that a half on both then?
Yes.
And also that 16 would be plus 3, so it'd be a 19. It'd be a 19 cut in half. Rounding down, it would be 9.
Oh wait, no, that's just a dice.
And then the 25 rounding down to half, ex post facto. I mean, we should, for accounting purposes, do it correctly. So I'm going to change that to a 12. And now I have to do a reaccounting of this thing's health. So, alright. But yeah, that's your reaction. You still have your action, you still have your bonus action, and you still have 15 more feet of movement, Aglor.
Okay, as I do walk out, and I'm kind of just stand there, close my eyes, and just kind of like talk in my head, but try and pray to who I think is my warlock god.
Okay.
Let me turn this fucker.
All right. And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna say that, kind of praying, sending a message to whomever may be my power giver, I guess.
You feel the lamp under your robes where it's tucked on your belt against your hip. You feel it glow, at first warm, then kind of intensely hot, like almost painfully hot. You feel as if whoever's listening probably heard you. But yeah, what's your action?
And then as I do that, I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Firebolt?
Firebolt.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack. All right, 15 will hit, and I'm assuming you're shooting at the large thing, not one of the zombies.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hit for sure. Roll your damage. All right, and so yeah, the Genie's Wrath gets the +2. Actually, you already used the Genie's Wrath on the other attack, and I think you only get it 1 per turn. So the Firebolt won't get it. So you'll get the 6. Please roll an extra 1d6.
Mm.
All right, so you do an additional 3 fire damage on top of that as you feel an extra surge of flaming energy, and you cast out your lance of firebolt, and it slams into this this creature here, whatever it be. So yeah, got to do a reaccounting of all the health. And as we move to the monster plant thing's turn, it's actually it's still your turn, Eglor. You have a bonus action and 15 feet of movement. Please, I apologize for taking over. It's still your turn.
They won't do anything.
You won't do anything? Okay.
You're
Well-
staying right where you are, where it can get to you.
It can only move at half speed, and it takes damage if it
Unless
attempts
it
to do
removes
so
the
without
brambles.
attempting to remove the brambles. So there is that.
My tentacle hit it, right?
Your
So
tentacle-
It moves at half speed.
So it moves at half speed and half speed?
No, it moves at half speed and then -10. And that's
Oh.
5 feet of movement.
Well, which happens first, the half or the -10? Because if it's -10 and then half, it has 5 feet. If it's half and then -10, it has 0 feet. So
I mean, current half is -10, and then, either way, it's -10. My
I
tentacle
imagine
hit
it would
half-
be half of the whole.
so
Yeah,
it's
so
20
half
down to 20
based
down
on
to
how
10.
rules usually used.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is, do you do the multiplication and division first, or do you do the addition and subtraction first? With PEMDAS, I would think division.
Normal order of operations
Right.
and in D&D, you always have the total.
Okay, so
like,
20 divided
whole
by 2 is
total,
10,
not
minus 10 is
modified
0. So
total.
the thing can't move right now unless it tears the stuff off of it, and then it can only move 10 feet. So,
Yep.
Yeah, on the monster's turn, it is going to attempt to tear the stuff off of itself. What is the DC and type of roll?
DC 12 athletics.
Okay, DC 12
This
athletics.
thing looks pretty strong, so I'm not hopeful, but at least it wastes its action and can't make 2 attacks.
Exactly. So its tentacles kind of rear back, and you see them kind of probe its own body, or mass, or whatever it is, and find the arrow that the ensnaring grasp has come out of. And you see 2 of the tentacles wrap around it and just wrench it out of the body and twist and snap, and all the brambles that your thing just seem to like wither and die and kind of fall off. And it still has a lower movement, but it's going to move 5 and then 10. And now where it is, Leon, you will have to take a Constitution saving throw as the stench threatens to overcome you. Even with your Plague Doctor mask, this thing's coming through it. Like, if you vomit in the mask, that's going to be a bad day. So please make your Constitution saving throw and see if you can withstand the assault on your senses that this just horribly stinky flower represents. In fact, actually, the zombies carry the stench, so I'm going to roll for Rhea real quick.
Fortunately,
Oh,
at least
Leon would have
one
had to roll
person-
anyways, so
One person here doesn't have to make a roll because they don't breathe.
Oh, Lucy doesn't breathe?
is
Then
right.
she wouldn't have been affected by the smell anyways, technically, but she passed with flying colors, so it's... Okay, Leon, you are... this would have been when the zombie came out, so it was on your last round that you would have been incapacitated and all that stuff. So now the monster did its turn. Not fully, though. It's actually going to, as a bonus action, you see its body kind of like churn, and you hear some sucking and crunching noises, and it looks like the creature has healed and regained some measure of health. And you see some bones spat out from a side chute just afterwards.
What?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
Body inside of it. Probably.
Has anyone guessed what it is yet?
I'm guessing there are bodies inside of it, and it just ate one. I don't know what it is. I've never seen one.
I'm not
before.
familiar
That's so
with plant
awesome.
types,
That's
and
so
I don't-
awesome. I
and I
love
don't wanna go to
introducing
D&D on this
new
territory.
DMG monsters to everyone. Okay, so that was its bonus, its move, and its action. So Leon, it's your turn. You're no longer incapacitated from failing the stench save. You're still technically poisoned. Please, at the top, roll a Constitution saving throw again to see if you can overcome the stench enough to be immune to it. Otherwise, you will also be poisoned for the moment. Okay, you overcome it. Yeah, definitely. So you... the mask, I don't know, now it's working. It's your turn, and you're feeling good. This creature though is stomping up to you. You got these two zombies now that are also kind of coming around. What are you gonna do? If you're talking, Leon, I can't hear you. You're not muted. I just can't hear you.
Sorry, I had to turn my thing off.
Hey man, that's fine. That's fine. It's all good.
So, I'm gonna take 5 feet back.
Okay,
and then
you
I'm
didn't
going
move
to
out of
cast-
anyone's range, so you're good.
Yep, and then I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Excellent. Excellent. So
Very good.
you can definitely hit the zombie and the creature. And I'm sure you can angle it so that you don't hit Lucy. I'm
There
not
is specifics for how you can do it. I mean, if he's casting it straight down and it's a 15-foot cone,
want to
supposedly
touch it.
it's as wide as it is long.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna say that he
going
can slightly
by
cheat it to the side
corners-
so that it doesn't hit Eglor and
no,
that
it wouldn't get Lucy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
because
saying.
At 15 feet away from him, it would only be this 15 feet wide.
Exactly. And
And
even if it did
that's-
hit the tentacle, doesn't matter. It's just a
So I'm-
spectral entity that can't take damage. So, yeah, I'm going to roll dex saves for both the flower and the zombie, and we'll see what happens. You'll know which one's which because of the modifiers. So that's a fail from the flower monster, and that is a...
See, perfect.
That is a -1, natural 1 -2 from the zombie. So they both are going to take full damage from the burning hands. So go ahead and roll damage. That's how much damage they're going to take.
10.
10. Okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. So
Alright.
the flames wash over... Oh, dang, that is a high DC. Whew! So the flames wash over both the flower monster and the zombie there. But they're both still standing, and as the turn switches, do you have a bonus,
has
or was there anything else you wanted to do?
I do have a bonus.
Okay.
Has anybody over here been hurt at all?
Okay, so who you're standing next to has been hit by the branches twice. He saved both Constitution saves and didn't take huge poison damage. He's the only person other than Cayman who has wisely retreated that has taken damage. So, yes, there's someone next to you who's been hit twice and is I don't know how close you are, Eglor, because I haven't looked at your sheet in a minute, but you're probably hurting, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my healing hands and give him 4 HP back as a bonus action.
Excellent. Eglor, you get 4 HP back as a bonus action.
Oh. Interesting.
And that's my turn.
All right, cool. I'm going to roll another... I had to do the Constitution saving throw for Rhea, which I haven't done yet. So, that's unfortunate. All right. She did not pass, so she is incapacitated. Now no longer incapacitated because of the zombie stench. So I'm going to roll again to see if she overcomes it, the poison. And she does not. So Rhea is poisoned, but she's going to step forward, even kind of choking through the stench that this zombie is putting out. And she's going to take out her... Let's see. Yeah, she's got a short sword and a dagger, but she's just going to have the short sword, and she's going to take a swing at the zombie in front of her. And while the zombie hasn't taken damage before, she's being aided by Yoga and has sneak attack because it's an ally adjacent. So it's going to be a straight roll with her modifier, and if she hits, she gets sneak attack damage. And that's going to be a hit because zombie AC is terribly low, so it's going to be 1d6 plus 4 plus 2d6.
This is why the help
So that's
action is
18
good,
damage on that zombie. So she comes up to it and just slashes it across the chest, and it seems like the thing staggers back and then kind of lurches forward and it's not done. This guy is not done yet. Both zombies look pretty hurt. One is singed and one is slashed. But then after having done her attack, she's going to see that the thing's not done yet, and she's going to bonus action disengage and spend her 5, 10, 15, 20 feet more of movement, and you'd think she was done, but that's one mobile little halfling, and she's going to move a little bit farther away and unlimber her short bow. And now it is the zombie's turn. So they are going to lurch forward, one at the Lucy, who is just in front of them, and it's going to take a swing at you. What's the mod on that? Where'd you go? 3. A 12 is not going to hit, so the zombie just kind of like ineffectually slaps at Lucy for a moment, trying to like scrabble at you and can't get a grip. The other zombie is likewise going to grasp at and try and take down Yoga, who is right next to him. And an 18, I think, will actually hit unless you have something for it.
I'm thinking I'm not going to use shield.
Okay, so you're just going to take the zombie punch?
Yeah, I'm going to hit it. I'll let it hit me.
Okay, so it's not too bad. The zombie slams you with its filthy, bloated claw hands and does 3 bludgeoning damage.
Ow, 3 damage.
Yeah, it's not too bad. And that's actually it for the zombies. So Lucy, to you.
We're going to go. Let's see here. I'm just looking through all the combats.
Gotcha. All right, if Cayman doesn't come back quickly, we'll just do the Eldritch Blast and Tentacle for him because he has stated his intent, and I'm assuming he's also going to just stay at range because he can move faster than the enemies. So that makes sense to me. But yeah, sorry, what were you planning?
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just slash the zombie right here.
All right, cool. Long sworded up.
Yeah, it's actually a rapier.
Oh, rapier. Yeah.
And one second, I gotta check something on here.
I think you have +5.
No, I was checking something else.
Oh, okay. You know what's funny is the rapier says it's finesse, but your strength... Oh, wait, no, that's a save. Never mind. Ignore me. 22 definitely hits. 10 damage on that zombie.
I think it's stupid that fighters don't get to choose between strength or dex for their saves.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Huh.
It's one of those things. They're meant to be the versatile one. It would be cool if they were the one class that actually gets to choose their save proficiency, because they could go either way.
Well, and they're so versatile. But yeah, as you slash at it, you kind of pirouette and thrust, and the rapier it kind of cuts right through him. In fact, a large section of like his gut and side just kind of sloughs off. The flesh very soft and easy to cut through with your very, very sharp and well-maintained blade. And the thing looks badly damaged, but it's still moving, and the deadness in its eyes is it's frighteningly familiar as it stares at you. But that's your action for the turn. You still have a bonus action and movement.
Can I use the bonus actions like to do like an offhand attack thing?
To do offhand attack?
Yeah.
If you only have out a rapier with one hand, you'd have to do your offhand attack with your fist, which you can do, for sure. Just roll to hit. You're trained with your unarmed attacks, but you'll only do 3 damage if you hit. So, I mean, go ahead and roll to hit. I think it's actually a +4 as your modifier, so it'd be d20 +4. That's what the D&D Beyond's telling me. That's going to be a hit. And so with the 3 damage, you punch the zombie in the face with your offhand, and it starts to crumple, and I roll its undead fortitude at a +3, and it definitely beats the 8 DC of a 5 plus the damage of 3. So even as it goes down, it kind of like staggers back up, and it's still going. What? How in the... It's still alive somehow. You have movement, but that was your bonus action.
I would have to think.
Oh, yeah. No, I guess you're right. Oops. Then that was a one-time thing that I'm going to go with because it didn't matter and the thing's still up.
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. I just wanted to put it in there.
No, thank you. Like I've said before, correct me where I'm wrong, but I do try to follow the rules and also do rule of cool, so I'm down with that.
Fighting with your fist?
So
it's a really weird thing with
the
fists.
normal rules of 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, meaning your fist can be disarmed and stuff. Like, the whole unarmed attack thing is really, really weird because melee weapon attack and unarmed attack are technically different, even though they're treated the same in many instances. It's a whole stupid thing. We can do a thread on it later, but I won't let that happen again without 2-weapon fighting. But otherwise, you're totally correct. Yeah, no, you're fine. You're totally fine. You do have 2-weapon fighting? Well then,
you have dual wielding. Well, there's a difference between 2-weapon fighting, the fighting style, and dual wielding feat. Because unless you have the dual wielding feat, you can't make offhand attacks while you have a non-light weapon in your other hand.
Yeah, that's where I thought that like 2-weapon fighting, you could allows you to attack as a bonus action if you have like a second weapon. Your fists do not count as a weapon for that.
Yeah, because I don't have another. I have a bow. That's it.
Yeah, no worries. I was actually just looking at your actions and saw that it was on there and forgot about the whole thing.
You could use normal rules to do it.
Yeah, it's all good. We'll just roll with it this time. He ended up coming back because it wasn't a lot of damage, so it's actually just kind of funny in that sense. But yeah, you still got movement at this time. Is Lucy just gonna post up where she is and tank?
Yeah, we'll just go there.
All right, that's fair enough. So we will switch to top of the round now, Brightleaf, who hasn't gotten close enough to have to deal with the stench, but you're gonna see her rear back with her bow and reach into her quiver and pull out an arrow that looks a little different than the normal ones and take a shot at the large thing, but it looks like a... Let me just go ahead and bring up the rules. Yeah, she's
I don't suppose it's an arrow of slaying that's good for plants. That'd be helpful.
That would have been a lot of foresight, and that's not her niche. I will say that.
Yeah, I know.
All right,
I
so...
mean, who knows? Would it come in handy, right? Just an arrow of plant slaying. How much extra damage does arrow of some slaying do again?
3d6, I believe.
Yeah.
So the 19's gonna hit.
That's about right.
So she launches off the arrow, and it says, I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. The next time you hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack before the spell ends, this spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon or ammunition. In addition to the normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw. So she's going to target it... Oh, sorry. Get the ping. Come on, ping for me. She's going to target right there. And so it's not going to hit Leon, it's not going to hit Eglor, it's not going to hit Lucy, it's going to hit the monster and the zombie next to it. And so that's going to be a hit on the initial hit, and so now they have to make their dex saving throws, each of them. So we'll do the plant first. That's a fail. And that's also a fail. So they're going to both take 1d10 damage in addition to the effects of the attack. So it says, in addition to the normal effect of the attack, which is damage. But she used a magical arrow that does additional damage, so that's the effect of the attack. So the two monsters are both going to take 1d8 for the normal longbow damage, plus 5, plus 1d6 fire damage, plus 1d10. So they're both going to take 19 mixed fire and piercing damage. And that will be enough for the zombie taking 19 to have to roll another undead fortitude save to stay up.
At
At
19 plus 5?
At a 19 plus 5, it'll never make it. But yeah, it dies. The zombie goes down in a flaming mess of thorny, like, barbs sticking into it. The creature doesn't fare much better as it takes 19 damage. And I gotta do some quick math. But yes, as she does that, that was her... Is that a bonus action? Yeah, that was the bonus action and an action. And now she's going to kite over to the side. She's going to move 15, 20, 25, 30, and post up there with her bow out. And now we will move to Kleeck. And I'm going to start doing some math while you get your stuff ready.
We can go like right here, and I'm also gonna go like 50 feet higher to have like, so I'm at like 80 feet up.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
assuming
completely out of reach.
I
You're
have a
still in
good
range.
view,
You're doing
and
good.
I am very safe. And I really want a chance to use Bursting Arrow, you know, get some of these zombies at the same time. But everyone's too close. So I guess I'm just gonna make a longbow attack against the plant.
Yeah, you got that sharpshooter feat, dog.
I don't even need it yet. It's only like 80 feet away.
I know.
Do it. Sharpshooter it. Do it. Remember, it does the
gives
minus
me-
5 plus 10.
I know.
Do it.
Fine. I'll make a sharpshooter. So it's
You know you
plus
want
4
to.
to hit instead of plus 9.
Got it.
It's,
That's gonna
I
hit.
think,
That's definitely gonna hit. Yeah. So go ahead and roll damage.
24 damage.
24. Ooh.
Yeah.
This thing is looking
but before you even
super,
fired-
super rough. Like, the thing looks
Kleeck
like it's
was
on
like-
its last roots. I don't know.
Tentacles?
Both, a little bit.
Kleeck was sitting there like looking between, you know, Yoga getting attacked and the big plant that's like threatening, you know, 3, and he's like, Yoga took it well, he's fighting well, and like
You get the sense in this
Lucy, the new
moment
person was doing alright.
that the creature is probably maybe starting to stagger away. It's not its turn or anything, but it definitely there was a little bit of a change after it took those 2 huge arrow attacks. So
Either way,
yeah.
I
Kleeck,
shot at it.
it's still
I'm
you
80
though.
feet up.
Yep, you're high up in the air, shooting down at it.
This is the thing. I don't have bonus actions. I just don't. I straight up don't. My bonus
turn.
actions are 2 weapon fighting and second wind.
My turn.
So I'm
So you
out.
should
Yeah.
second wind. Use the action
I
economy.
don't.
He's not hurt.
I didn't lose any HP.
With that action economy, though.
We move to Cayman.
Just die already.
You gonna double up
Just
and do the
fucking
same thing as last turn? Yeah, roll to hit.
I'm gonna
That's,
blast it first.
that's 9, definitely. Things looking.
Does it fucking die?
It's not dead. It's. It's. That's where it's at. That's a hit.
Did it fucking die?
How do you want to do this?
I
Dead on too.
blast it
Dead on. It
first.
had 17 life left, and you did 17 damage. So
Blast it. I'll blast it first. I'll shoot the energy straight at the armored, those armored root bulbs, and shatter open a portion of it, the tentacle's gonna reach in and then just mold itself into the body and then like burst out and just tear this fucking thing into pieces.
Amazing. Okay, so the creature, already reeling from the hail of flaming, thorny arrows and from the impeccably placed arrow from Kleeck just a moment ago, it's staggered. If a plant could look afraid, it looks afraid, and even so, you just say enough already, and you tell your tentacle to move in and attack, and like you kind of see, an opening in that anime moment as you see like kind of one of the root bulbs that's caved in. It looks a little weaker. So you raise up your hand again. You mutter the arcane words that just they're second nature by now. Another lance of this bluish green energy. You see little droplets of water flying off of it as it once again flies through the air. Under the tree branches, right past Lucy's left ear as she posts up after having punched that zombie, and it slams into that collapsed root bulb, and you see the thing open up, and you can see a body kind of hanging out of the inside of it as you kind of smash open part of it, and you can see that there are bodies inside this plant, absolutely. And then your follow-up attack as the tentacle, it reaches around. These other tentacles, they move to stop it, and like it can sense this thing, but there's no point as this spectral tentacle just moves through them and slashes across and slams into and starts to burrow into, and you can see the thing start to shake and shudder. It's not fighting anymore. It's in great pain. You hear weird noises coming out of it, and the tentacle pierces out the other side in a welter of slimy, sludgy. I think you see a leg that's dismembered from something inside, and the creature falls to the side. The zombie, however, is still very much alive, and that would be Cayman's turn other than movement. So, Yoga, it's your turn.
Whack it, Yoga. Whack it.
My movement was 20 feet to get here.
Yeah, so you got 10 more movement if you want.
I'm good.
Ray is like, that thing fucking stinks, man. Captain, great job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the help action again, assuming that was Cayman's turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Cayman's
my
turn,
done.
and now it's Yoga turn.
Specifically just because the help action allows me to flavor it however I want.
Absolutely.
This time I'll be giving Eagle advantage. Since my staff is already kind of in between its leg, I move it up and whack it in the crotch.
So it doesn't have the effect that you would have expected, considering the creature is dead, so attacking its tender anatomy doesn't really mean anything. But you definitely see your staff connect with the mostly decayed and blackish, sludgy target.
Extremities.
Yeah, and the thing staggers once more. In fact, you actually see on the end of your staff some sludge from the contact. You must have burst something down there. But yeah, your help action occurs, and if you don't want to move or do nothing, you're posted up, and you want to hold that for Egglor. Egglor, it is your turn. Was that correct, Yoga, that you want to leave it for Egglor now that you've done the help? Okay, cool.
Yep.
So yeah, Egglor, it's your turn.
Okay. Burn.
Ooh, Egglor's getting upset. Yeah, 5, 10, 15, 20.
For the record, I was the one saying burn.
Burn.
And the he gets here, he is just very excited, and then Igloo's gonna catch fire.
All right, roll to hit with that fire bolt.
Yeah, doing exactly what I told him.
That's a hit, and you're gonna get +3 on the damage. So literally, whatever you roll will knock it down. It's just how much you roll changes the DC for it. So
Here's advantage. Roll again.
yeah, you have advantage. So go ahead and roll to hit again to see what if you would have gotten
Roll
a crit
1d20.
or something. Yeah,
Just roll 1d20. If it comes up 20,
yeah, you
then
got
yes.
your crit then, and then it's just down.
and it can't get back up.
Yeah, they don't respond well to crits. Zombies
Or
don't.
radiant.
Yeah, no, take the 14. So I mean they're both 10s actually. So yeah, you do 8 damage to it, 9 actually because it's for the wand as well. But as you raise your wand and you channel your fire energy, you see the bolt travel the short distance really quick, and like slam into the side and knock the thing down. And I'm gonna have to do one of these here Constitution saving throws. Oops, that's not how you do it. That actually 5 plus 9. This thing stands back up with 1 HP. After the firebolt slams into the thing's side, it kind of like stumbles, takes a step, and just stands back up. The flames still licking its scorched side. The one that hasn't been caved in by, or no, that was the other one that got cut in half by Lucy. So this one has the slash across its chest from Rhea, and now has some broken undercarriage and a flame scorch on its side. Monster plant thing doesn't matter, so unless you have a bonus action, we move to Leon.
Leon?
Yeah, Leon, it's
Is he
your
still
turn.
going, or?
Oh, no, sorry, yeah, Eglor, if you have a bonus action, you can use it. I think you used most of your movement, but maybe not all of it. But otherwise, yeah, it's Leon.
Yeah. I do have one question.
Yeah. Oh, the thing's dead, but yeah, moving around is probably a good idea.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Okay. It would have been fine either way. But yeah, okay, then Leon, it's your turn. And the last target standing is in front of Eglor, Lucy, and Yoga.
Alright. I'm going to cast Chill Touch on it.
All right. Go ahead and roll your... That's a hit on the 14.
Alright, so it will take...
The name totally confused me again. I was like, you gotta move closer. I'm like, oh, wait, no you don't.
Takes 7 necrotic damage, and it cannot regen any health.
So it dies.
And it's got special effects to being undead, does it not?
Undead Fortitude. No, see, here's the thing. When hit to 0 HP, you do a con save of DC 5 plus the damage taken to regain
I'm not
1
talking about
HP.
Undead Fortitude.
Yeah. They're not immune
Shield
to...
Touch has special effects against undead besides just the damage.
Yeah, they have disadvantage on attack rolls, but it's dead because it can't regain HP because of Chill Touch. So it goes down from 1 to 0, and even if it got a natural 20 on its Undead Fortitude, it would be dead because it can't regain HP as a result of Chill Touch. So, Leon, you killed the zombie.
Yeah.
Go ahead and describe that Chill Touch real quick, if you could, just for some flavor. I want to hear Leon lay the touch on this fool.
Oh. So, you would see, I was not expecting this for the miner. I was not prepared.
It's all good.
You would pull out his tarot deck, and he would swipe his hand across the top card, and it would shoot out across and just slap onto the side of the zombie's face.
Mm-hmm.
It would slam him into the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just wither away.
Oh, man.
The card would return to his hand.
Yeah, absolutely. And as it returns to your hand, you see that the card that was thrown out was the Chariot, and it certainly ran that fool over. Excellent work, everyone. Combat is over. You took some hits, but you survived it pretty good. I will go ahead and name the enemy now if whoever is interested passes a nature check of a DC that I shall not reveal quite yet.
Fine.
Brightleaf will
I
slowly...
wanted a DM's chat sometime. I love looking at these stat blocks. They're so interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to throw some weird stuff at you for the entirety of the campaign. You'll be like, oh man, zombies. Everyone does zombies. What the hell is this?
Fucking moving plant.
What's the DC?
The DC is not revealed yet because it looks like the only person who met it is no one. Nah. I need to bring up my Brightleaf stat line real quick. Cayman, yeah, you're not gonna get it. Don't even worry about it. All right.
Moved. It's a plant. We killed it.
Yeah, pretty much. Trained. Oh, 76.
I'm not gonna make any nature checks, but I kind of want to investigate kind of like the bodies that we saw kind of like inside it.
Yeah, so you check the bodies. Go ahead and do an investigate check on them. So Brightleaf will walk up to it, and she'll take a look at it, and she'll actually pull out the pouch and like open it up and like pull something out of it and go, ugh! And like drop it back in and close it really tightly and stuff it back in like a pocket under her robes and say, I know what this is. This is a tenebrum flora.
What?
It's a corpse flower. And she steps forward and, kind of pulls out
aren't
a.
those the ones that smell really bad?
She pulls out a her rapier and kind of like reaches it in and kind of like cuts open one of the pods, and you see a corpse that's similarly covered in sludge and stuff to the other ones. It kind of slides out onto the ground. It's wearing like moldy clothes that are covered in the same sludge. The eyes are kind of like this wide open, glossy, but like they're half covered in the same sludge. It's clear that this person is also dead, and this is actually a halfling as well. Possibly a farmer that maybe went missing or something, or someone from the nearby Nueva Ecija Luzon. But if you choose to cut open the creature, you'll find that body, the one that came and saw when he blasted the thing. There's another body that had its limb dismembered by that blast. And in total, you find 4 more bodies inside of it, along with the 2 zombies you killed and the pile of bones when you heard that strange crunching inside.
Would any of those bodies happen to be the body of the farmer whose house we fucking robbed?
So Yoga, you don't find anything in particular amongst the. You were checking the zombies' bodies, right? Like the dead zombies.
No,
that
I was trying to figure out I was trying to figure out what basically Brightleaf pretty much
okay.
When she cut open the body, I was trying to figure out what was inside the thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no, you found that there are dead bodies in there. So there's 4 dead bodies in all. There's 2 zombies, and then 1 that just seems to be missing, because you heard some weird noises, and you see like some extra bits, but like not enough to form a full person. So amongst them, actually, let's see. That was your investigation check to check the corpse flower. The monster. I don't know who wants to lead the investigation of the bodies, or if you just want to leave, because it still smells, but it's not the same kind of stench. It doesn't have the same headiness to it.
This is worse than crew who don't wash their clothes.
Well,
something with these bodies.
I mean,
bury them.
Hey, Yoga. That stone you found. Can I see it?
I
Yeah.
actually kind of point over to the stone I had left on the ground.
She heads over to it and picks up that gray, sort of normal-looking stone that you found. Yeah, this is the one. Geez, I'm really sorry. I didn't. I guess. I mean, can you tell me what it does? Sorry, everyone. I didn't see the thing. She hands it over to you, Yoga, and yeah, it's a stone, but she's claiming that it can do a thing and is asking you to identify it.
Damn that halfling.
I'm gonna start identifying it and kind of like repeat my question. Should we clear out the bodies for anyone else walking through, or do we just leave them here?
I mean, Eglor can just burn them, right? Like. And she kind of looks over and sees how excited Eglor looks right now, and like, yeah, why don't we just let him burn everything?
Staring at it in horror.
I did say Eglor.
Should we bury them?
I don't think they'd want to be buried as what they are now. I don't know. Like, we halflings like to live in the ground. We like to till the ground. We don't like coming back out of it once we're done. I mean, I think that's fair of everyone, but, you know.
I don't think any of them came out of the ground.
I think we should keep moving. There could be more.
Yeah.
Are you
let's-
casting it as a ritual or as a regular?
Ritual.
Okay, so if the party is willing to sit for 11
Wait.
minutes,
We don't have
What?
time.
so
By the
Yoga,
way,
as you sit down to try and identify this stone, Cayman's telling you don't have time. What are we going to do?
Can I identify this while we walk, or does I have to be fully focused?
You'll have to be fully focused, which includes not traveling unless you're like in the back of a wagon or something, not having to walk under your own power. I would think that probably piloting a horse would also be too much work. If you had someone else piloting the horse and you were riding on the back or something, maybe. But I assume generally that you need to be somewhat stationary and like have concentration for the entire time, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'll tell Ray. I'll kind of put it in my bag and say I'll identify this when we get back.
All right,
Anyone?
I really hope it's something good for what we had to go through to get it. But I mean, everyone's still in one piece, yeah? She kind of looks around, looks at Cayman. Oh, you don't look too good.
Anyone have?
A healing potion. I kind of used mine on that fucking halfling.
Oh,
I have an egg.
you see Brightleaf reach under her cloak and pull out a bag that's clinking, and she says, "I bought several last night, but wait just a minute." And she reaches out and puts her hand on your shoulder and casts Cure Wounds. What is it? It's a 3. Yeah. And you heal 6 life. HP.
I barely look like that help.
And she kind of looks at you and frowns and reaches into the bag and says, "Here." And she hands you a potion of healing.
Okay, I drink it immediately.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Yep, you get 7 more.
Still looking pretty fucked
She
up.
kind of
Jeez,
frowns
Cayman,
and
you're
looks
so
around and is
needy.
like, well, maybe we should take a rest when we get a little further.
What?
Eglor, how are you doing? She looks over, and you also have been slashed twice by this flower and are pretty hurt, I'm thinking, right? Like, you got the 4
Yeah.
HP healing from the lay on hands, or the healing hands.
Yeah, I'm very.
All right, she'll walk over to you and also cast Cure Wounds on you.
She's just like cure wounds.
Oh,
David's still
11.
You're dead.
maybe
Give
you
him
need
a
this
potion.
too.
She gives Cayman a potion, does cure wounds, and he still looks like he's near death.
She's like, "I'm really
And then
sorry."
I'm.
You get
and
11
I'm-
restored, so
I'm good.
yeah, okay. Everyone's still hurt, but you know that's where it is, I guess. Or the people who are still hurt are still hurt. At this time, you said you want to keep moving, so I guess we're going to keep moving into the swamp. Who's taking point for the survival check to make it the rest of the way?
Nope.
You're going to have advantage.
Nope, not it. I will, however, give my talisman to whoever's taking point.
So on
I
the
can
one
do that.
hand, I kind of want to suggest that Lucy take it on account of she has some prior knowledge of the area, and maybe Kleeck or Lucy would be best suited to this. Also, perhaps Brightleaf, because
Lucy.
she's like a traveler and knows.
Kleeck is not going to take the lead, but he's going to tag along behind Brightleaf and is going to have a question to ask once we're on the road.
Yep.
Here.
So go ahead. Yep. So that's a 12, and you can.
Hold
14.
on, hold
Okay.
on.
The 14 is
Hold
a
on.
success. You
Wait a second.
go ahead.
Cayman, I did say, is going to hand over his talisman to whoever takes points. So Lucy
Lucy is
gonna
taking
get a
point.
nautical shaped, a nautical looking compass that
Mhm.
to her hand seems perpetually wet and dripping.
Yep.
And has no identifiable markings. Like there's no north, south, east, west, nothing like that on it. But it just points in the direction that she needs to go.
Yep.
And you can now add a 1d4 to that if it's a failure.
It is not a failure. The 14 is a success within context of the situation, and you are within another. I mean, you were on the road maybe for like an hour or two, So it's morning, but it's hard to tell under the canopy with the fog, and with the rain. Right, it's still raining. It's a lot easier to deal with now that you're under tree cover. But it takes maybe another 2-3 hours of going deeper into the swamp, and now the vegetation around you is clearly showing signs of decay and rot. The disease that you saw on some of the plants now seems to be infecting every tree and bush that you pass by, and while they're still alive, they seem to be in some sort of weird parody of life where they're terribly diseased, and it seems like, in fact, you even hear Brightleaf like grimacing as she looks at one of the trees passing by, kind of gently passing her hand over it, and she's like, they're suffering. And so you can tell, even just a layperson, that this area is very much under some sort of duress. And as you head deeper into the swamp, we go to a different map. You begin to see the same ruined structures that you had seen before. Buildings that have obvious signs of disrepair and like they haven't been lived in for hundreds of years, perhaps. And the swamp and the forest are retaking this land. And we are going to have you place your tokens in the...
We can't see anything.
I know.
Yeah.
I haven't revealed it yet.
It's dirt.
Oh, come on, reveal.
Riley's gonna be a second.
That's fine, I understand. So I'm going to have you place in this area, and then I will reveal more area in a moment.
Oh,
God,
boy,
zoom
this is a
out
big
really
map.
far.
It's probably in like the back of the group at this point. But yeah, Riley's gonna be a sec.
I understand. I'll drop her token, and I'll just move her
Kleeck
with.
was intending to ask a question.
Yeah,
to
we'll
Brightleaf.
do that. Go right ahead. So this will be during the walk. You and Brightleaf.
Where'd you get that arrow, by the way?
I visited a shop in Ansarum.
Is it one I've been to before?
I don't know where you've been.
I also name like the 2 shops I would think might have it, being the Fletchers that I went to and that one blacksmith in the Greater Armorers District.
Yeah, if she says, I think it was that second one, the Broken Blade.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
quite a selection.
Yeah, they showed me some too. I didn't have the gold though.
Oh. Well, I stocked up, and she kind of like shows you her quiver, and you see a number of rather exotic-looking arrows in there. Let's see.
Well, I'll probably be asking about each and every one over the course of the walk.
Yeah, okay. So she's going to show you that she has a bundle of arrows with silvered tips. She shows you, she says, this is what I fired at the flower. And she shows you, it looks like an arrow with like, the tip has barbed edges, and it seems to have very faintly a rune inscribed on it. And even looking at it, it looks, the arrowhead looks kind of hot to the touch. She shows you another arrow that it looks like the arrowhead is corroded and pitted, but she says it's just appearance. And then she shows another one that seems to toss off sparks every once in a while. So that's what she has.
One more out of character question. I'm assuming I collected arrows. Yes.
I mean,
I
yeah,
fired
sure.
3.
Yeah.
How many do I get back?
So,
I get
okay,
half.
straight up, one of them was broken by the creature from the entangling one. That one also sprouted a bunch of thorns, so I don't know if it was reusable, but it was destroyed. The other 2, go ahead and roll a d6 on a 1. One of them is broken. Yeah, you retrieved the other 2 arrows. You're good.
Okay, so I lost 1 arrow total.
You lost 1 arrow, and that was the one that was snapped when the creature healed itself, or broke it off to free itself. So as you've been traveling along, you start to reach this area over here, and I'm going to go ahead and reveal more area so that you can see more.
Okay, so I'm assuming brown is trees and the greenish
Shrubbery.
is the
Thank you. Yes.
shrubbery,
Yes, you got it
and
right.
this is water.
No, that is a rock. That is like a large
Okay.
boulder and ruins.
I'm looking at what I assumed is a swamp. Is this like a drier area than higher ground or
You
whatever?
are in a drier area, yes, as you are standing where you are now.
Okay. Okay. That makes more sense.
So this is
And
generally
also-
speaking what you can see. The growth here is actually pretty dense, and Kleeck, you find that if you try to fly above the trees, most of it is obscured. Other than you can kind of see. Let's see, if you're flying, you can see some bodies of water in the area that some of the structures look like they're sinking into a little bit, maybe. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty dense canopy here, even for all of the disease
Speaking
that
of
seems to be.
structures,
Yes, there's a
what does this
structure
look
directly
like?
in front of you. This is
like a big
a stone
strip?
building of solid manufacture with a large 15-foot wide front door.
Uh-huh.
And in fact, as you approach, I'm going to have everyone go ahead and roll a perception check as I flip through my encounter cards to...
And this is why I'm proficient in perception.
Dang it, I didn't get a third natural 20.
I know, right? You can't win them all.
Don't mock the dice gods.
They will get you.
They'll pay your ass back hard.
What's the stealth on this guy? No, yep.
Fucking bite me, dice gods, I dare ya.
No.
You forget, he is essentially the dice god.
No, not right now. He's not.
I've
I
used
recall.
both divinations today.
Yeah, as I recall.
He's
his
a dice.
divination
He's a dice
fucking
demigod, I suppose.
So I need to meet or exceed that stealth roll.
Correct, meaning you did. You met or exceeded it.
I see someone.
Kleeck didn't quite.
That's okay. That's let me bring up my...
That's okay. He's gonna get pointed out in a fucking hurry.
Yeah, whatever it is that you saw. So it looks like only Leon and Cayman see whatever this is. I think Lucy's not available, so I say it's fine based on the fact that anyone saw it. So we'll just go with that. But Cayman and Leon, you will see, and I'll ping this for you. You will see off in the distance over here. Why isn't it pinging? Did you see the ping? It's in the corner of the shadow in the middle. Sort of, why is it? Oh, that's why it's not doing it.
We see the
Yeah,
ping.
exactly where you pinged. Yeah, right here where I'm green pinging, and yeah. Okay, so right there, Cayman, both you and Leon will see a greenish light flickering in the distance between the trees. And it seems to be moving, but it's some sort of... Leon, I don't know if you've been in forests before. It looks like some sort of weird foxfire. Like there's just some sort of like kind of strange green light kind of flashing through the trees and bushes over there. And it seems to be moving away. Kind of, if you see it around here, it's moving farther north for the orientation of the map. And away. So in a moment, it's gone.
Is it just one?
Just one what? All you saw was flickering green light off of surfaces. You saw no object or person. You saw light cast by something.
Okay, but I don't. Okay.
Do I have an opportunity to fire at this light?
You can shoot something at the light should you so desire. However, you don't see the source of the light. You only see the light's effect, and it's moving away from you. You can tell from this that
I can't read. I can't read.
You don't have the extended blast one.
This is the limit of my shot right here.
Okay, cool. So yeah, this is where you are, and the fog here is also pretty thick. So you can see that flickering in the distance. despite the fog. But again, it moves away. The place here is kind of humid. The air feels kind of heavy and thick, and it doesn't stink, but it definitely smells like fetid swamp. So there's a little bit of that. But yeah, what does the group want to do? Rhea, upon seeing the structure, will begin to move forward and say, "Hey, Brightleaf, watch my back. I'm gonna go check out this door." And she'll kind of nod and move up to this tree and take cover as Rhea heads forward. She didn't see the green light, and no one said anything, so she's just gonna.
Pointed it out.
Yep. So she's just gonna kind of move forward.
Bitch. Rhea,
What?
be careful. We're not alone.
Oh,
What?
all right.
Wait, what?
I got you. And so she starts
Did
to
you see
sneak.
something?
Where'd it go? There it is.
Yeah,
Also, I believe that one spell is over now. The Pass Without a Trace. So Rhea's going to sneak to the front door.
Brim, I don't have control of my token.
Oh,
Pass
dang,
Without
that keeps
Trace,
happening.
yeah.
I'm really sorry. I keep setting the ownership of it, but it doesn't appear to be saving it.
Assign the character to his.
I really thought I did, but I guess I'll have to redo that. So once again, I'll set it to you, and then let me see if I can't.
Hey, life.
You two need to not be so close to me. Scatter a little bit.
Sorry, it's really funny.
Get off my ass, Eglor.
It's like I just want to burn things, boss.
On my way past everybody, I'm gonna unlatch my mask and go. We have movement up ahead.
Yeah. I saw it.
I'm gonna move up to here.
I'm gonna start holding an Eldritch Blast. If I see anything that looks like even vaguely a threat to anyone in the party, but especially to Rhea, that fucking blast is going.
I'm gonna have Lucy move and be in the general area near Yoga, because safety. So yeah, Rhea up against the doors is gonna look at them and be like, "Wow, these are some big doors." Because she's tiny. These doors are 15 feet wide and 15 feet tall. These are some big double doors. So she's like, "All right, let me get out my kit," and she just takes out a little kit. She has her hands, and you see her. What is that? These are thieves' tools with a. Also, I should have rolled that 19 that she got with advantage, but whatever. And you hear after just a moment's time, and the doors swing open.
All right, is it dark inside?
I'm just curious.
It is not dark inside. The 4 torches in each corner of the room are lit, and there is a stairway down.
Eglor has produced flame.
All right, Eglor, you have a flame in your hand as well. Go ahead and roll perception checks to check the room, if you'd like.
See if I see whatever was causing that light.
All right, Kleeck,
Oh, hey!
Eglor, Yoga, Cayman, and Rhea too. As you move in, you don't see anything in particular. Seems like this room is empty, and then Rhea doesn't see anything. Other than the torches being lit and the staircase down, the stone is, generally speaking, pretty clean. The wall seems solid. The vaulted ceiling, because it has to account for the doors, is it's the place looks solidly manufactured. Is all I can really say for it. The place looks tough. I'm going to also reveal more area that Leon is seeing as he moves farther along. You'll see another structure over here. Let me reveal it. This reveal thing is hard to do. I wish it could do like the line tool for it, because making boxes
Yeah,
just
you
doesn't.
can.
You can?
You can do polygon reveal.
God, I'm stupid. All right, here we go.
It's a pain in the ass.
This, I remember the
It's
trouble
better
in
than
Eddie's
trying to do
campaign.
pixel art.
Yeah, it is. If it works ever. Come on, come on. Do I have to hit enter?
No, you gotta match the line
Oh
to the
God.
start. Yeah, like I said, pain in the ass.
No. Come on, do it. Do it. I'm going
The
back to
controls
the...
are somewhere.
Nope, nope.
It's either double click or
We're
something.
doing it. We're doing pixel art. That can't figure it out. All right, Leon,
Sorry.
go ahead and roll another
I could
perception
remember, I'd
check,
tell ya.
please. Six. Okay. Let's go ahead. Are you trying to sneak also? Okay, okay. Your 6 is enough. You're fine. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, no, this is about to happen. As you crouch behind the bush, Leon, and peer off along the side of this building here, you see a little bit of a river there. Let's see. I'll reveal it for you in just a sec.
And then as Leon spots whatever failed that stealth check, a giant exclamation mark appears above his head.
Oh yeah, no, this exclamation point will be seen by Lucy and Brightleaf absolutely for sure. So yeah, you'll see this section of like river, like swamp, just where water has congregated here. And then that tree that you see passing behind it just in a general direction towards the back corner of the building, you'll see the source of the green light is a strange floating ball of some kind. Wait, no, that's a skull. It seems to be surrounded by a nimbus of green fire as it kind of just floats along, and from this distance now you can hear this insane like muttering coming from it. And go ahead and roll a stealth check real quick just to see if it notices you even as you notice it.
I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom, and it's getting kind of late.
Yeah, I was actually going to say we're going to wrap up in just a second.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, we'll do the wisdom of it. Oh, so that's a 0. It has a 0 modifier, but it rolled a natural 20. So the flame skull, as you're startled by seeing this abomination, this floating green skull that's muttering strange arcane words, it floats, and then you see it stop, and these dim green flames that have been crackling around it suddenly flare up, and you see the green light and the flames and the light that it's casting is now kind of like all around the area. It's illuminating the fog. Now, even where Lucy and Brightleaf are, they can see that the fog has started to turn green, emanating from that area. And they see Leon get up and start to move very quickly towards them, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And the
there.
skull very clearly sees you before you get up and run. And it starts to float over. And as you round the corner, go ahead and roll a dexterity save. All right, so the 18 is a pass. You're going to, as you're running, you start to take a step. You're like, oh God, this thing is terrifying. And then the ground behind you erupts, and you're suddenly flying through the air. You hear yelling, ringing in your ears, and you're going to take half of a fireball's damage as it shoots a fireball at the thing that it saw. What's a fireball? Isn't it 8d6?
Yeah.
So 14 fire damage. As the flame skull shoots a fireball at you as you retreat. Anyone inside the building will hear and the building will shake a little bit as a ball of fire smashes into the corner of the building as the floating green skull shoots at the thing that it saw. And so, Leon, you take the damage. I assume you're still up, because 14 is not a whole lot, and I don't think you've been hit yet. But having seen that... Yeah, having seen that, I'm going to go ahead and take executive action and assume that Lucy and Brightleaf are going to both see this and run into the building with everyone else.
Yeah, I would hope so. Holy fuck.
So, Leon,
What's happening out there?
Yeah, what's happening out there?
What was that?
So, anyone who's peering out the front door can see the intensity of the green light increasing as it seems to be coming back this way around closer and
I'm gonna
closer.
make an executive decision and shut the fucking doors.
All right, you shut the doors, and you see that there is a lock that Rhea picked, but is not broken because she's an expert. And you close and latch the lock behind you, and you see eventually underneath the cracks of the door and through the cracks of the door this insane, eerie, glowing green light just flickering and coming underneath the door, and you hear just kind of echoing and reverberating against the door from outside. And after maybe 5, 10, 15 seconds, the light, the maddening
It's like
words,
the spirit of a kobold eating dinner.
they fade, presumably as the thing continues to go on its rounds.
That was... What the hell? Leon, you're
What was that?
up. What the fuck?
Lucy, since she is not here, will know, and I will say for her, since I think she's not here, well, this is the Luzon Mausoleum. This is where we were headed, right?
Yep.
Well, I guess we're not opening that door until we finish what we came here to do.
Yeah, I hope not.
And I have no fucking clue what we're supposed to do now.
Welcome back, Riley. So, what you missed in the brief time that you were gone is the party reached the destination point of the Luzon Mausoleum, and as they headed into this area, they found this building. They saw green light in the distance, kind of in the fog, moving through the trees. They didn't know what it was, so they went and kind of investigated. And there was a little bit of shadow tag in the trees there. Rhea opened the door, and everyone got inside. Brightleaf and you were standing outside still, kind of like looking around, covering the area, and they saw Leon in the distance kind of peeking around a bush, and then start running towards the front door. And then a huge explosion of a fireball in this area right here, as whatever it was that he saw him and decided to take a shot. So I had you and Brightleaf run the hell into the building to escape whatever it was. You saw a green light and heard insane chanting as whatever it was got closer to the front door, and then left without doing anything. So you feel relief now inside this very thick structure. The walls are 5 feet thick, right? So just do with that what you will. The doors are 15 feet tall, and each one is 7.5 feet wide or so. This is a large building. I mean, as you can see, it's probably like 80 feet one way and 40 feet the other. I mean, maybe not that much, but yeah, it's like 55 by 40, 60 by 40, something like that. So it's a big room with vaulted ceilings, large doors, a grand staircase downward into darkness. The 4 torches at each corner are lit, but down below it is a lot darker. Everything in here looks clean for the most part. However, go ahead and... No, you guys rolled well on the perception checks when you first came in here. You will see a lot of footprints in the dust heading down into the basement, and some leading to each of the torches. So it definitely looks like people have been here recently enough to have disturbed ages old dust.
Let's just take a minute to get our breath.
Only about another 5 minutes. We're about to wrap up.
I don't like this place, and I do not want to go underground.
You're gonna have to be strong right now.
Some of my healing points to give myself some HP back.
Go right ahead.
Well,
and Rhea is actually going to say, I think, I mean, we made it here, but there's been some real stuff on the way. Maybe we should rest, or,
Yeah.
How long you wanna rest for?
I don't want to stay here long.
Take an hour.
All right.
Well,
I think we can do
I
that.
didn't sell my shield.
Was a short rest.
I'm gonna do what's called a fucking pro move and cast invisibility on myself right before I take that short rest.
That is a pro move. That's amazing. Warlock style short rest. So Cayman just disappears in the corner, and after a minute you hear, I don't know, are you dozing? So like light snoring or something? I don't know. But yeah.
I'm just sitting and like holding my chest where I almost got ripped in half.
Yeah, pretty much. That thing hit you hard, and the poison is still kind of in your system. You feel a little woozy. As you heal, you're starting to feel a little bit better. So everyone, this is a short rest. Go ahead and roll your hit die, and that is where we're going to stop for the evening. Go ahead and update your character sheets with the HP that you get back from your short rest. If you get any spells or anything back as a part of your short rest, for instance, Lucy, I know that you'll get your runes back as a result of doing a short rest. Kleeck, do you get your action surge back for a short rest?
Mm-hmm. I get action surge, I get arcane shot. The only thing I don't get back on a short rest is arrows.
Cool. Well, I mean, no rest will give you that. So yeah, everyone, take your short rest. Use up the hit die that you want to use. I think you can use multiple, right? Like if you wanted to use two of them. Yeah, so use as many as you want. Do that whole thing.
Can I identify that,
yes.
that rock?
It is a, what is that? Isn't the luck stone the one that gives +1 to everything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a luck stone.
I think so.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Fucking luckstone my ass. That luckstone almost got me killed.
Yeah, I know, huh? Pretty cool. Stone of good luck.
I don't need this short rest. I only have 3 missing HP, and I don't know what we're gonna do. So,
look, some of us need it.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm sure.
Have you cast any spells that require spell slots?
One spell, but if we take another short rest today, I can regain 2 instead of just the 1.
If we can get another short rest.
Well, you have the one right now. And I put the Stone of Good Luck, or the Luck Stone, into the chat. It requires attunement. When it's on your person, it gives a +1 bonus to ability checks and saving throws.
Jeez, that's good.
Not attack rolls, though.
You can attune during a short rest.
You can attune during a short rest, and now that you know what it is, you can say as much. Also, I'm going to give the Corpse Flower stat block, since, you had it identified, and why not?
Really interesting if I just attune to this orb of necrotic shielding as we're entering a mausoleum.
Yeah, I wondered if anyone was going to take that and use it, but you definitely could.
I'm going to offer the luck stone to anyone because I don't want it.
I'm invisible. I'm doing my own attunement right now.
Does anyone want a luck stone? It's an awesome thing. It's just if you want it.
If it gets offered to Kleeck, he'll take it.
Yeah, it's not shiny. It's dull, but and that's actually odd because you were told it was shiny.
It's not as shiny as most of the things I think are lucky, but okay. But I mean, pretty sure he's going kind of left to right here.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If anybody else takes it first, Kleeck won't get it.
Okay.
Leon will take it if he doesn't want it.
All right, then Leon, you now have a luck stone. I have thrown the link into the thing. You should be good. And yeah, I think Corpse Flower comes from Mordenkainen. Yeah.
According to what you sent.
Yep. Corpse Flower seedlings are quite useful for various purposes. Simply kill and bury a necromancer and you should have a good crop in about a week.
Yay!
The stench is still there even as you left it, but it'll fade in 2d4 days, apparently.
Oh my god, that is hideous.
Yeah, you killed it.
It
You killed it, too. Like, feel good about that
So
CR8 monster you just killed.
roll a 2d4. I want to see how many. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I want to see how long that stays.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
2d4,
days?
6 days that stench is going to stay there. Anything that comes by is going to be like... So...
Damn, we really did 127 damage to that thing?
You did more than that because it healed 8 at one point. But you did 127 plus 8 damage. You did exactly 135 damage to it because Cayman's last hits when it had 17 HP did 9 and then 8. So
I whacked a zombie a couple times.
Yeah, it was perfect. No, you did a good job of getting that zombie off balance. It was funny.
Yeah, you ensured Rhea would get a sneak attack on it, and then you ensured that, like, another attack would have advantage. You did good.
Yeah.
Yay. Alright, I'm all set, guys. I'll see you later.
That is some weird stuff. Wow.
Talk to me.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna...
Night, everyone.
Hey, no, you're totally fine, Riley. Don't worry about it. I also had fun. Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna bounce too. Same time, same bat channel next week, 5 p.m. probably until about 9, as we delve into the Luzon Mausoleum. And if you want, I can give you just a brief sneak peek. I don't know. Do you want a brief sneak peek? Do you want that? Can I do that? Will that be fun for everyone? I don't know. Let's find out. Do you want that? Let's do it. I'm gonna reveal some stuff. I have changed the thing. You're looking at the thing. Go down to the bottom middle, please. That's where you'll get the money.
I will say, before I want to comment on this random sound.
Oh, you cut out. Bud.
Soundtrack I found.
Alright, one sec. Gotta get those polygons just right. That's what you would see immediately upon heading down the steps. Forward and to the sides. There's your sneak peek. Also, this is a large map, so we're going to have fun. All right, everyone, have a great night. Thank you so much for playing. I also had a lot of fun.
You were absolutely losing your shit, but...
What was that?
Yep.
No, I didn't understand that. Alrighty, well, I'm not getting the full words, but thank you, everyone, again, and I will, I'm on in general, so... Oh, yeah, you're the only one in here. Alright. Well, hey, Iglor. Julian, thank you so much. Tall dude, have a great night, and I will see you around.
See ya.